Yo, how's it going, everybody? Pansy here. Welcome to the stream. This introductory message, as always, is directed to my YouTube chat who will watch this VOD there. How's it going, folks? Welcome to the stream. So here's the plan today. Here's what we're looking to accomplish, do. Shenanigans we're about to begin. So today's stream I want to dedicate to my Succ Mystic, Succ Striker grinding. So like I've been practicing Succ Striker. I'm not very good at it, but I want to see if I can like figure it out a little bit better, because I've been doing some tests and he does have potential. Now Mystic is just about like a solid 5 to 10% just straight up better because of kind of how. Yo, what's up, Tank? How's it going, man? Just, oh my god, I got an eyelash in my eye. It's killing me now. Just because Mystic has like such snappy skills and like she's just so quick about it, and a lot of hits, well, you know, the number of hits don't matter, but her skills chain together really quickly, a little bit quicker than strikers do. It's a very small difference, but it's noticeable to me. I've spent years on both of these characters, so I want to see if there is something I can figure out so I can get strikers kill speed to be similar to Mystics. That means killing the big guys at DSR before they turn. I've done it a few times, but it wasn't like perfect. But also there's a bit of a disparity in the stats of my characters. My Mystic comfortably hits the AP cap at DSR 1490 with Deep Sea. My Striker barely reaches it with Courage. So I don't understand why there's that disparity. Well, we got to figure that out as well. Anyway, after that, we'll probably watch a few videos and just chill out. But welcome to the stream, everyone. Let's get started. You know what? Let me kick things off by doing a farm run. I have been slacking off on the farm run, and I don't think I was AFK fishing as much as I should have been. But let me take a quick look. But welcome to the stream, folks. Let me check the inventory. Actually, I did leave my character fishing. Perfect. All right, we can reset that inventory sometime today. I don't think it's a rush, is it? Nah. You know what? Let's go ahead and reset it, so when I log out, I don't have to feel like, oh, I have to go do something. I can just like log out. So we'll do a quick farm run. We'll turn in this fish, and then we'll hop on the Mystic, and then we'll switch between a Mystic and Striker. But yeah, Succ Striker's identity was changed, I would say, 2 years ago. Compared to what he was like back in 2020, 2021. In 22 or 23, they did one big overhaul which really revamped his skill set. I personally wasn't a big fan of that change, because it changed his I want to say momentum. His rhythm was disrupted. So if you guys played Striker back in the day, you'll remember the time before he got his third Rabomb, and then it became a Wolf's Fang spam. And then they tried to get rid of it because it was doing way too much damage in those skills alone, and kind of took away from like the idea of Striker. And then I feel like his follow-up identity after that just didn't suit me personally. And like Mystic, she's pretty much unchanged for the most part. She had a little bit of changes here and there. Her Martial Spirit Shard generation was updated. Her Rabomb was fantastic. I mean, Striker's Rabomb is really good too. It chains in really well with a few things that I like doing, so you'll see that later. But for the most part, Mystic was like, her rhythm didn't really feel disrupted. Like the way her skills changed, like at a mechanical level, it just feels the same as like the Mystic I knew from the beginning. Striker, however, he did change in a significant manner. And unfortunately, Succ Striker isn't like a notable PvP class. You know, I think Awakening's always taken the spotlight there. But you know, we'll see. How many plump silicate do you get per night? I get about 12 an hour. So close to 300 per day. 24 hours fishing. What's up, Z? They already disabled the Elvia realms. I went to Elvia Hex in 2 different spots, and none of the mobs spawned. Same with Elvia Orcs. Ah, fabulous. They always know how to handle things. I thought the issue was only in Marnie realm, so why didn't they just disable Marnie at Elvia Hex? Because I thought the really broken amount of money was coming through because of the higher spawn rate in the Marnie realm. Rio, what's good? Welcome to the stream, buddy. How you doing? So yeah, today I kind of want to get into the nitty-gritty of Succ, Mystic, and Striker. Mystic I've gotten pretty decent with. I think it's more like resource management and then like pack-to-pack mobility. It's always been a bit iffy for me if the mobs are overly spread. Like in DSR, sometimes like these mobs, they're like a freaking, you know, all the way in Narnia compared to the others. I don't know why. They just can't like orient themselves right. If they like stack up close to each other and they all collapse on me, it's just so perfect. It's so satisfying killing them all at the same time. So now I always face the conundrum. Okay, do I start my DPS rotation now while they're still spread and split them up a little, or should I hold still, let them gather up? So like I need to figure out which is the right way to do it for me. Resistance, knockback. So you can get KD'd in Dekia Thornwood. That is the I believe that is the DK that can KD you. Oh, for fuck's sake. I accidentally minimized my game. Yo, tell me I'm not tripping. Did they swap? Did they change the order of the buttons here? Because I've been like constantly minimizing the tray when I'm trying to switch characters. Did they change this? I feel like they changed this. Am I just tripping, or did they actually change the order here? Because the number of times I've minimized my game now is actually absurd. I feel like they changed this around. I don't know. Or the change server. No, not the minimize and character selection. The minimize and change server. Really? Are you sure they didn't swap these buttons around? These two buttons? I don't know, man. Maybe I'll like swap to like a parallel universe. It happens time to time. The different multiverse pansies always switch places. Gets annoying, you know. Can't touch the game right now. Is Succ Witch still 10 out of 10 in PvE? No. She's still decent, but she's way more effort than required to kill everything else, you know. There's a lot of classes, even Awakening, doing a phenomenal job without having to go at the Succ Witch rhythm. Like, I never call Succ Witch a high APM class. She has a very stable APM. She has a stable rhythm. Like, she is relatively high, but it's like, it's a stable rhythmic release of spells. Where some classes are like, all right, spell, pause, spell, move. And it's like very choppy to say. But yeah. She got nerfed? No, she just didn't get buffed. Everyone else has been getting fed buffs little by little over the years. Oh, for fuck's sake. Actually? Let's go to Cal 1. Not finding a good price on my silver beltfish. I want that money. I got one silver beltfish. I want the best price for that little dude. Dosa, I have no experience on Succession, but Awakening is really good. Awakening is a very strong grinder. I haven't tried him after the changes though, but from what I've seen others do, he's still good. Oh, one tap, easy 1.7 billies. Give me that. The cash stack is making a comeback. Actually, no, I bought a costume. Fuck. Okay. I want to see the cash go up, but always. Is that a Ninja Turtle? Oh no, they were saying something. Crap. I want to see what they said. Oh. Alright. Let's park this character back on the beach. And we shall switch to the Mystic and swap between her and the Striker here and there. So, like, it's weird. I don't understand. I thought they fixed the disparity in AP. My Mystic has more AP than my Striker. Like, she hits the 1490 cap at DSR, with the deep sea, while Striker barely touches that with a courage. I'm not sure what I'm missing. I need to analyze that. You know what? I kind of want to go check that out really quick. Maybe I missed some skills or something. I don't know. It seems weird. And I was looking on YouTube. I saw this one guide for Succ Striker. The dude starts off his DPS like he goes into the, how do you say that? Shift LMB into WF, and once he's on the character, he'll hold LMB, and then he goes all the way into Adamantine, and then the flow through Adamantine. However, I just didn't understand why he would do that, because Crimson Fang has the AP buff on it, and there was nowhere else he was getting the AP buff on it. So I'm like, maybe I'm missing something? I don't know. But let me see here. So I have all his passives, so it can't be that. But, you know, let me get the harmonies out. Oh, he already had harmonies. This doesn't make sense. You get like 28 AP from this. What? Crash? What crash? Dolbe is the way. Wait, Dayball is the way to sell? Why? Am I not getting further distance bonus for being at Buckbow? Where's that Duble? Was spoken about selling rings due to market crash. I messed up my gear. I had 222 bill, but had to sell neck and belt. Wait, what's going on, Simber? Is it good to go over the AP cap? No, it's pretty useless. You should swap out the extra AP for other modifiers that would help. Now after crate turn-in, I only have 312 bill. Everyone sells there. I still get like, you know, 130%. You just have to swap a little. Alright. So like, look at this. He's at 1482. I don't understand why he's 1482. He's got all the buffs. Right? Am I missing anything? PvE General. He's in the PvE General build. Now, check the Mystic. So, like, 1482 with a Courage. I don't understand why he's getting less AP. Is it like he has less innate AP from passives and whatnot? I thought they, like, kind of normalized that, but... So, like, he's still, like, 8 AP under the cap. Which I don't quite understand why. So like for Mystic, let's pop Deep Sea Harmony. Wait, Deep Sea Harmony. Do I need to like actually be in combat? Hold on. Why is her AP lower right now? Oh, I guess I can't be Deep Sea. Maybe I should be using Courage. What? Did I change something? I was hitting like 1490 something yesterday. What did I do? Oh. Hold on. Let me put on a Courage and see. Oh, you know what? Maybe I've been counting it with like server buffs and stuff. Maybe that's what's been like throwing me off. Alright, with a Courage, 1487. Barely. What the hell? I was comfortably making that. I don't know. 1487, 3444. Sorry. 344. Okay, maybe it's just the server buffs I've been like taking into consideration without thinking about it. That might just be it. All right, sorry, chat. I was just rambling on something. Let me see what you guys got. If your origin's Valia, max money is Buckpo? Yeah, that's what I thought, Chad. All right. Oh, overshot. Wasn't even looking at the screen. Regardless, Mystic's damage is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Can you summarize that question? That came in like a lot of comments. It just scrolled up on my screen. I see that you sold some items and you have 312 bill cash after doing your trading. Is that right? Do you have a Garmoth sheet you wanted me to look at or something? Pre-order Pendebo, but the rings are at 180 bill. Okay, let me take a look at this. Let me see. I think you're asking how you should efficiently use your cash stack right now, right? I think that makes sense. Okay, hold on. Everything is down nicely. Very good. Very good. Love when they give out free cron stones. Okay. I guess if you want the most efficient way to go about it, I personally would still always start with the neck just because most AP gain right there. But if you want to like nitpick in terms of like best use of silver, like where you're saving the most, just see what the average price has been for each one and which one has decreased the most in that time period. That's usually going to tell you which one is going to save you the most amount of money. But you have to take the... I love that it's raining essences like since yesterday. I think no one's been grinding here, so the servers behind the scenes dynamic RNGs increased for dropping them essence of devourings. But yeah, you have to like weigh the options based on, are you going to be using that AP to generate more money, or are you just doing other things for cash like life skilling and stuff to just to buy it. Look at it, a second devouring. It's crazy right now. I love it. Hell, let's even turn on a loot scroll. Why not? So like if you're someone who's actually going to go out and grind, it's going to be beneficial for you to go the route of getting the most AP per silver rather than how much the market's fluctuated and how much money is being saved. If you're someone who's not going to go out and grind, then you're looking for the best deal. Which item has decreased in value the most compared to the others? And you want to pick those up because those are likely your biggest savings. So it comes down to how you're playing it day by day. I don't have links in the YouTube stream, but you know what I'll do? From next stream, I'll put in the description. But here's my gear. Yeah, I should put it in the description on the YouTube stream. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for helping me realize the most obvious thing I should have done from the beginning. It's fine. It's fine. Can you show us your AP with demi-human? I have the elixir going on right now. Oh shit, you want this? I'm like one off. I don't know. I use buffs. I get AP, lose AP. I don't know. I thought I was like comfortably past the 1490 mark, but apparently not. I really don't know what's going on. But it's okay. We're slapping. Horse buff. There you go. Thank you. Ah. Chad is a Chad indeed for his namesake. Sorry, I was a bit loud there. There's just so many buffs and shit, man. I really appreciate those games that don't have any consumables. Like, you're going out to grind, you don't even use a food buff. You just go and grind. It makes my life so much easier, you know? Oh. No. Stupid spawn. Alright, there we go. Now 1492. That's where I should be, usually. So when there is a server red buff now, I guess that's what is pushing me over with the deep sea. So if I want to grind with a deep sea elixir, or more like if there is a red buff going on, then I should switch to a deep sea over a courage. Cool. All right. Mystery solved. But one thing remains, I need to figure out how to do more damage as a striker. Like, it needs to be like, it's the rotation, really. Like, as soon as I interact with the Darkseeker mob, it has to be go. Like, for Mystic, her preparation is pretty much just the somersault kick. Everything else is deeps. SLMB debuffs them, and then it's all just raw damage after that. Whereas Striker, it feels like he needs to get into his chains a bit more. What's up, Stonefish? Oh, you're on console, Simber? I think the logic still stands there, though. You need to decide, do you want that AP gain? Is that going to, in turn, help you grind faster and make more money? Or if you're not using it for subsequent pieces of gear, like you're not generating more money off the gear, then you go for the maximum savings. A Pansy currently 278 was wondering what's the best spot to grind for silver. Honestly, it's all changed right now, so I haven't really looked into it too much. I think we gotta just hang tight until we get everything settled in. I know they disabled Elvia shit right now. Bottom line, you want to go for spots where you're able to hit the AP cap. So in the patch notes, they have a list of all the spots in the AP caps. You want to make sure you're at the AP cap for the spot. Now, some things did change, like for example, Honglum and stuff. And I need to go test Gyfins and see what the deal is over there. But, you know, some spots aren't as easy as others as they used to be before, when we used to be past the AP cap and stuff. So a little bit of trial and error, but in a week or two, I'll have like a proper updated spot list for you guys. Multiplier now for excess AP, 5%. So every 100 AP gives you 5 AP. The new patch is pretty messed up. Depends on where you were at the game. For example, me, I was grinding Dark Seekers even before the patch, right? But I was like 30 AP off from the cap. But now, after the update, I am comfortably right there at the cap. So I feel a lot stronger. But that's because of my unique situation. It's not going to be cut and dry for every player. Some people were grinding Honglum base with more gear score than required, and for them, they got capped out. And they're killing the mobs slower than before because their excess AP isn't aiding them anymore. For other players, they used to grind at a spot and they were barely, like, you know, on the lower end of the AP bracket for that spot, but they were still able to grind it and comfortably do it, and were happy with that. But now they increased the minimum AP required for some spots, and they got zoned out. So they can't even grind at that spot. So for those kind of players, it's not good. But for the situation I described with myself, yeah, it's pretty good. So it really depends on where you were at the game. Add-ons, I don't really have any good add-ons. I just put whatever I could think of, depending on my DPS rotation. Right as the servers came up, and I immediately went to grinding. Is it worth to buy and run scrolls? Absolutely! 100%. We even made videos on these. Absolutely, you should grind those. It takes no buffs. You can chill with homies. Guildies winning together. But do ancient relic fragments or Cardian scrolls. That's the sealed books. Because like ancient language scrolls are very expensive right now. Since those are the obvious ones to do, they skyrocket it. So ancient relics are the ideal go-to at the moment. Because the sealed books, they're so dirt cheap and are the maximum in terms of like profit gain, but it's so hard to get like 5 people to buy all of them because you have to sit there pre-ordering them. It's not efficient to do it solo because you want to do the ×5. So you, in that device over there at the spot, you want to input 5 scrolls at once. So essentially you're using 25 ancient relic fragments. And with doing it solo, it's going to take you like 5 minutes to kill that, whereas it'll take you a lot less time to kill those bosses with a party. So it's not efficient and it's not worth doing it solo. It's probably just better to go grind somewhere proper. Now, honestly, I don't know if they put any AP caps on it. I didn't see that they put any AP caps on it. If they did, that would be a whole different story. So I hope not. I'm yapping at that point. The Druid, what's up, bro? Hell yeah, we're bringing back Succ Striker. I'm not very good at him, but I want to take some time to try to figure things out. Like, my Mystic is just hitting way harder than he is. So, like, I feel like he's 90 to 95% of her strength right now. At least what it feels like. What makes you able to grind more than an hour? Nothing. I can't grind more than an hour. I used to be. I'm old now. And I'm not interested in the gear gain, so I just play for fun. If anything, it's streaming and talking and I'm distracted, so I might grind longer on stream, but it's also very sporadic. I'll stop in between yap and stuff. I'm not going full efficiency. But yeah, I just don't have the patience anymore. Do you like Awakened Striker? I haven't tried the new Awakened Striker yet. Did I just leave someone at like a sliver of HP? Whoops. Total AP stat is no species, or I think it all calculates into the same. Because like now species damage is giving you the same amount of AP as just regular AP at this point. Or actually no, it should be still a little bit less, right? It should, I don't think they changed the fact that it's 0.7. 1/8 monster AP is 1 monster AP, but then 1 species damage. Or is 1 monster AP 0.7? I don't even remember. I don't care. Screw that. Too much brain. We do numbers. That's it. We kill mobs, we commit mass genocide, and get numbers on our screen. That's it. I should know these things. One of these days I'll figure it out again. I like went very in-depth years ago when we first discovered the whole AP caps, and like we were all running with like green offhands because the ultimate variants would give us special attack damage. And then they're like, you know what? Screw these guys. We're adding special attack to Kudums and Black Stars anyway. I'm like, oh, okay. Which we couldn't complain. I mean, it's what it is. I get sleepy, but I'd be on the game for 4 hours. Mainly processing trade crates. I haven't done trade crates ever, man. Is it even worth it? Like, how much money you making? What's going on there? I have like master 14 or 15 trading through Imperial Cooking and Fishing Turn-ins. Yeah, master 15. Hey, you guys turned around way too quick. That's not fair. Makes me look bad. I have lawn brain. New to Mystic and having a hard time learning how to actually combo. Which Mystic are you playing? Awakening or Succession? Both are good, by the way. Where can I grind? I don't remember the new AP caps off the top of my head. Ideally, go somewhere you're at the top of the bracket. So probably Tungrad Ruins. Is gathering Caphras right now, or do I just grind and buy them? Grind and buy them. So like Hex, like not Hex, sorry. What is that? Dekia Thornwood got nerfed. Now our kill speed is a bit slower there. But I'm hearing reports of like 180 to 200 Caphras an hour still. Which isn't terrible. But if you can get, like right now, it's not a good time to buy Caphras, honestly. They'll eventually go back to their normal prices of being like sub 2 mil each. But, you know, supply and demand, right? Hey, Pansy, longtime watcher, just came back. What's the most efficient way to get silver? 290, 350. I have full tap manos, accessories, G20 life skills. Okay, you should set up your AFK fishing and do that 24/7 when you're not playing the game. When you're playing the game, you go grind. That is the way to go. I have check my YouTube channel. I have 2 fishing guides. One is like how to do the AFK fishing and all that stuff. And the other one, it teaches you about damage reduction resistance and like you making the most of the new rods, the new pay-to-win rods. Yeah, it's a lot more pay-to-win now than it used to be. But, you know, is what it is. That's how the game is. And only difference, though, compared to that guide is that fishing, you want to do it in Velia Beach. You don't want to do it in Hakoven anymore. Like I did in the guide. It made sense back then, but not anymore. Like, even after I put out the guide, 2 weeks after, like, it was still abundant out there. Demi-human artifacts? Are you sure there aren't more other artifacts that can get you there? Like, all-out attack or something? Anyway, right now we use Vicious Shadows. So the normal Thornwood was actually decent for Caphras too, for the lower gear point. But Dekia is what was like really high. Oh my god. These mobs turn around way too quick. Oh shoot, my harmony ran out? Okay, that explains. I'm like, these guys are staying up a little bit longer than I used to. Alright, switch to the striker. Oh man, I'm drinking water too quick. I'm like, let's slow down on the water. We're just drinking it for fun now. Drink it when we need it. Multiple network of workers, but it's like mainly I fish. I'd go do some PV for an hour. Gotcha. Nice, nice. Using Vicious Shadows, but I'm too short on the AP. Yeah. You generally use Vicious Shadows if you're comfortably over the AP cap. If you're not, you know, then use all-out attack or something. But yeah, I don't remember the AP caps of all the spots, but essentially you go where, you know, you're at the high point. There were some spots which are reporting really high numbers, like Hex. I think they disabled Hex right now, Elvia Hex. So, you know, once those spots are back, we'll have to see how they changed. All right, let's start this. How do I remember how to play striker? That's the question. No, that rotation just doesn't work, man. I don't understand that video. Because, like... Oh my god, I don't even know how to use Tayback anymore. I think it has to be Crimson Fang. I just don't see this. Oh, shoot. I'm trying to do, like, No! Why did that chain? That is not supposed to chain. How did that work? I don't know. I think I might have like clicked Q in the middle of this, and then that chained into F. We'll keep Nimbus Strike unlocked, but that was like scary. I could have literally Nimbus Striked right off the cliff right there. Oh my god. Ah, that's damage is just not feeling. Oh my god. Did I use the... Oh, I need the rotation down. I need to figure out the right rotation here. That SF hits hard. Shift Q hits hard. Like, if I get behind with 3 shards and do that, the discharge damage is just ridiculous. I don't know. Any Succ striker enjoyers in chat that can give me advice? Kabuas? You got your first Kabuas? Grats, dude. That's nice. Basically, you just put whatever Lightstone set you're going for. Because, like, Lightstones you can take out whenever you want, so it's not a big deal. Stupid turning arounds. I feel like the C skills just don't do much damage anymore. Oh no. Ah, shit. What if I go into the Roaring Tiger first? That takes a shard, doesn't it? Does it take a shard? Yeah, it does take a shard. I like initiating like with that dashing into Shift Q because it does a little leap. But I think that's a bait. That damage is just way too high to just ignore and waste like that. That SQ, the somersault combo, it's still like good damage, I think. And going into Roaring Tiger with that feels good. So I might keep that in the rotation. Oh, shoot. That back jump. What the? I need to see what I did there. Did mass destruction into Shift Q. Did that leap? It shouldn't leap. How did I make it leap? That backdash into SF and Shift Q just chunks them, which I like. But it doesn't feel like that's the right way to do this. How's Mystic? Mystic is phenomenal. I'm trying to figure out Succ Striker. It's been a bit more painful. I'm gonna actually just remove that. It's such a habit for me to do. The explosive wolf fang thing. I need to double check what the damage is on explosive jolt. I need to get used to using the Rabomb better. That wasn't a skill back then for this guy. So Jolt's damage is actually kind of good. LMB after final blow or Roaring Tiger? What? Oh, is that it? That did like nothing. What the heck was that? That did not do its damage. I need to double check my add-ons. That didn't work. Okay, hold on. Final blow. That's the one if I think I know this one. Hold on. Where's final blow? So it comes right after. If I just... No, that's Savage Fang. But final blow is this one. So it should come right after the Crimson Fang. Damn it! That back hop just screwed me up. I don't know. Why not Awakening Striker? I haven't tried him yet. I want to try to figure out Succ Striker. I'll get to Awakening eventually. Sometime next week will probably be Awakening Mystic and Awakening Striker. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to chain in Tayback Kick. There is a place for it to be. I just don't understand what. What's my BSR? Is it Roaring Tiger? No, it's Wolf's Hunger. Oh my god. We haven't been on Striker for such a long time. Talk about doing nothing. Okay. Succ Striker doesn't have too many buttons. They chain in together. Like, it's not like I'm holding too many different buttons. Oh, shoot. I always miss that combo. I'm just not familiar with this version of Succ Striker. So I'm trying to figure out what... Oh my god, not even back attacks there. So, hard-hitting skills. SF is definitely a top contender. That, like, destroyed them. I need to weave in Tayback Kick somewhere. I just don't know where. Ah, come on. That just scuffed everything. I remember I used to do the Adamantine flow, but not like the just hold R&B flow. I used to do... What is the button? R, F, R, LMB or something like that. I like that one, but it doesn't seem to be a crazy damage skill. I don't know. And like the AoEs, it just doesn't... I like initiating with that skill, even though I know I shouldn't. Like right there at the end is where I wanted to do it. Maybe I should initiate with like... the leg drop, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Some skills just don't feel like they're hitting how much they should be hitting. Why is this locked? For what reason is that locked? I don't remember. Let me unlock everything. That can stay locked. This just doesn't feel like it does any damage. It's great that it's a... What can I chain in with it? It does come out after... C after Somersault. Or Rising Blast combo. Twisted Collision. Where's the Rising Blast combo? I have that locked. Why? Auto activated when using Somersault. What the? That just felt so funny. Alright. C. I have to do C after that. Wait, no. Sorry. Okay. That is gonna take muscle memory to do. There's no way I'm gonna remember to do that. He just does this weird flipping thing on him. It's crazy. Okay. And then I can go into... So I do the weird flipping thing, go into C. That'll be the first DP shred. Crimson Fang combo. Oh, actually, what if I go ahead and put a DP shred add-on on that one? Then I can go into the Adamantine combo, which is quicker. Then go into Roaring Tiger, what is it? Energy Jolt or whatever that skill is. And then Primal's Fang? No. I need to stop using that skill. It doesn't do as much damage as it used to. I should do Skull Crusher, I guess. Sorry, is it Rage Hammer? Yes, Rage Hammer. Skull Crusher is this one. I need to remember the skill names first of all. Do you plan on having a combined chat on stream to keep up? I wish I could, but it's against TOS. I can keep up. I can put up the Twitch stream, Twitch chat there. But it's against TOS to have like other stream chats because Twitch is petty. Let us know when you do. There's no info on skill add-ons for Awakening Striker at the moment? Really? Just hold F. What can I substitute? This can go. That comes in way too late in the combo. Hold on, what is Somersault Kick doing? I don't even have Somersault here, so I should put Somersault. Let's give Somersault the crit and attack. And then we can give Skull Crusher the shred. Alright, whatever. Take DP for now. I can't be bothered min-maxing this. Just hold F? Hey, I'm glad some things never changed. Now that Kick is doing well, they're doing a 180. Well, what are they doing 180 wise? Kick? Like, I was restreaming to Kick, but I kept getting chatbots in there advertising like bots and crap. So like, I rarely ever have to raise a hand to like moderate my Twitch stream or YouTube stream, but within like 2 weeks, I've done more moderation on the Kick stream than I did in my entire streaming career, so I disabled it. I mean, I guess Kick's good if they're giving you the bag, but otherwise it's just annoying. Oh my god, that just took me way out of position. That was just so bad. Dude, this guy is just hitting way too low. This is just not feeling good. Let me just go to the next pack. So it's taking me in front of the mob when I want to do that combo. That's not helping at all. So I'm like trying to do this. Sorry, missed it. I'm trying to do that and it's landing on the other side of the mob, which isn't working. That kind of ruins my whole plan here. Whoops. Ah, that's rough. I'm gonna have to like lab this. I need to put out I need to make spreadsheets, start doing damage calculations. It's just gonna be so annoying. Okay, back to the Mystic for now. Yo, N64, what's up, bro? Terrible chat experience, that's the weakness? Yeah. I mean, Twitch is our culture at this point, stream culture. But YouTube chat is always popping, I love it. You'll go Awakening next week? Why not try it now? you know, just chilling, little by little. I already play Awakening Mystic. I have to figure out Awakening Striker. I have to take all his skills, do all the add-ons and stuff. I'd rather do that off stream. Commentate your grind for a bit? It was really hard to commentate Mystic skills. They come out too quickly. But I can explain my rotation if anyone's interested. Not simple, it's not difficult. So like, let's look at the skills I have on screen here. This is Wave Orb, Rage Hammer, and Roaring Tiger. These are the 3 finishers. Sea Burial is no longer a consumer of Mystic shards here, the Martial Spirit shards. This is the R&B Hurricane Kick, and this is the Tornado Kick. These flow in with each other really well. So like going into R and then F, and then going into Wave Orb combo is really nice. So here's how I like to combo this. So it's all about generating shards and consuming shards. So there's 3 parts to the Mystic Succession combo that I do. So I like to start things off with the Somersault Kick into SLMB. So Somersault Kick gives us a Giga AP gain. That's our AP buff, right? So 10 seconds, 28 AP. Always have to keep that up. Then SLMB is our DP shred. Now, if you do it after Somersault Kick, after Skull Basher and stuff, like, you don't get the backward motion. It flows in really nicely. You know, there's similar kind of cancels for Mystic that you need to know, but I like doing that. So we go into SLMB, SQ, SLMB into Roaring Tiger. You'll have the 3 shards. That's going to be your first piece of the combo. So like, it's just 3 combos chained together. It's like 3 mini combos. So that's the first one. The second one is R&B, F, SC. So that's going to be Hurricane Kick, Tornado Kick into Wave Orb. And then the third combo is going to be Soul Basher. That's the F kick. And then at the end, if you hit SR&B, it chains in the last hit of SR&B. That downward slam right there. So that'll get you another 3 shards, and you finish it off with the Rage Hammer as the last third finisher. So let me see. Do I have my screen markers? We can actually write this down. That's pretty easy. All right. Where's my text? All right. So where should I write this? Over here? Oh, that is way too small. No one can read that. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to make the text bigger and more noticeable. For fuck's sake, minimized it. Alright, where is the text size? Yep, this is big. Let me change the color here. What will stand out? Maybe blue? Okay. We should be good here. All right. Minimize that. All right. Sorry. So basically there's 3 combos, right? So let's see. Sorry for folks on console. Yeah, I don't even know half my skill names, so we're out of luck there. Maybe if I make a guide, I'll put like the pictures on the screen so you can follow along as well. LMB. Okay, that's combo number 1. That goes into Somersault Kick, Hidden Claw into Roaring Tiger. Combo 2. And you have to flow this one after the other. Otherwise, the Martial Spirit Shard generation, it gets disrupted, so you won't have 3 shards. So all of them have to come out at the same time. Or not at the same time, but in a row, without much gap. Combo. So then the second one is the Hurricane Kick, Tornado Kick into Wave Orb, and then the last one is Soul Basher. You hold it and you cancel it into SRMB, into Shift Q. Okay? So 3 parts to the Mystic combo here. And it's okay if they turn around or something early, just mass destruction to the side, and you should get around them. Sometimes you have to get used to, like, if there's too much of a distance. I have a bad habit of doing the side hop. Don't do the side hop, that's a DPS loss. Do a backward dash. But make sure the sprint isn't on cooldown, or the flash step isn't on cooldown, so that you don't lose a martial spirit shard and mess up your combo. Now, one other DPS combo you need to know is going to be the filler combo. That's going to be adamantine. That's just Shift F. Sorry. Shift F and then hold LMB. It does a lot of damage. It chains and it's forward guard. So it's like really good. Wait, the first SQ, SLMB, LMB, RMB? That's right. SQ, right? What's wrong about it? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know any other Mystic rotations. This is the one I figured out myself, so... if you got a new combo for me, I can learn it, but I don't know how to play that. So, see that forward guard? That lasts a pretty long time. I try to use Soul Basher instead because it's easier to cancel into Mass Destruction. And Mass Destruction also generates a shard when it's not on cooldown. Hey, that didn't die. Crap. Oh. I didn't have my consumables, that's why. So we've been running without our elixir and... We've been running without our elixir and courage. Now, do I need courage or should I do deep sea? Hold on. Not seep. Hey, stop it. Go away. Add-ons? Nothing special. These are just random things I picked up based on my rotation as soon as the servers are up. I need to optimize it, but this was like a catch-all, so I can go to Fortunate, Pig Cave, Unfortunate, or Zekia here and everything. So it's not like tuned to DSR. Okay, we're gonna try with Deep Seas. I think my simple cron meal also expired. Wow, okay. Ah, shoot. Rabam. I don't like the Rabam. It's annoying. And I keep going into Shift R&B there. I don't like the delay on it, but it is necessary for the damage it does. So, Sea Burial, I like to use it after, just like for repositioning. The way DSR mobs hit is like, as soon as you engage them, they start going into their sequence and turn around. So I feel like, yeah, I'm not going to be grinding for longer than 20 minutes on this character, probably. Oh, Fortunate Pig Cave was going on. So, as soon as they get aggro, they'll get into their sequence. So, like, using Sea Burial early on, like I used to back in the day, it's just like, it delays, it takes up time, which I could be using to ramp up my DPS rotation. So things like Sea Burial and Thunder Pound's combo don't really fall into it. But sometimes if I feel like their HP is low, I'll go into a Thunder Pound combo just to finish it off earlier. And if anyone tells you this is a freestyle combo or freestyle class, they're lying. Alright. Now I'm getting tired of everything on my screen. How do I get rid of it? Oops. Wrong one. Alright, found the button. Okay, cool. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is my DP low, or AP low again? I guess I shouldn't be using Deep Seas. I should be using Courage. Oh well. I should just grind on places with on servers with the AP buff at this point. That's the difference maker, actually. I'm just reading your combo here, Han. You're going to Sea Burial, into Somersault Kick, into Roaring Tiger. Into my combo number 2, and then finally... Oh, you're actually using Sweeping Kick? Does it do decent damage? Never liked the damage it did. Just R&B, S. Nah. I like Awakening. I'll play both. I play both. Succ is just a little bit higher damage here. Oh, where's my pets? They're here. They're just slow. There we go. Slackers. Eventually make an Awakening guide. I have to get good at it. I still need a bit more practice before I can self-qualify myself to make a guide. So that's why I like to chip in practice here and there on stream. But I will. But the Awakening rotation's really easy compared to Succ. Alright. Why are these all turning this way? This is weird. They're all turned around. Now it's fine. Okay. I wish Sea Burial did more damage. It's like pretty mid. Best light stone? I use Vicious Shadows. Just because like back attack is really good for these guys, so. What does target openings give again? I forgot that one. I was always using all out attack before. Oh, come on. Good damage for... Alright, just see it. Back attack's been my go-to in most of these spots where it's like really tanky mobs. I'll take a look at it though. What the hell am I locked into? See that? I hate my BSR skill. I feel like it should just blast out like his freaking finisher move. What y'all talking about? Missed a combo there. Buy Tet Devo, save for Pen Devos, exchange Pen Devo. Now for Karazat. Let's see. There is such a freestyle class as Succ Witch? Nah. I had a rotation for Succ Witch. There was a method to that madness. It was a very beautiful one. Because it always felt like there was an answer for everything. But it's more like priority based. I used to freestyle with Mystic when she was a lot simpler back in the day. Succ Striker was never a freestyle class, but his skills were like in such a manner that he would perform regardless which situation he was in. Like whether it's high DPS, single target, bursting down a few mobs, they're all scattered, they're all clumped up, doesn't matter. Succ Zerker, it's been so long since I played him. After they started adding more PvE damage to him, I stopped trying because it got too sweaty. I'm like, if I wanted to put in this much effort, I'll go play a different class. Which I did. I played Succ Witch. I really liked Succ Zerker back in the day. I used to grind at Gyfins with him. He was so chill. Freestyle. No idea who's better. Maybe chat can give you an opinion on that. But the current Hongolum is a lot tankier than it used to be. So, might not be the best place to be grinding at that AP. You should see alternatives if possible. Ah, crap. Not even focused, messing up my rotation. Yeah, that place is tanky. I checked it out. I recommend, like, if you're at the AP bracket for that, for, what is that? Dokubi Forest. If you're looking, like, there's one guy who's like, I just want to grind my own Essence of Dawn. I'm like, weird, but fair enough. You can. And it's like, you can do it in, like, where you, what is it? Dokubi Forest? Aren't you that guy? Which guy? What is he talking about? You don't know how to say what? With the viewers in chat? Not many. Oh, that's funny. In difficulty, Succ Striker's more difficult for less damage, but I'm trying to figure him out. Maybe there's like, I'm just not playing him right. Like, that could very realistically, you know, it could just be a skill issue. What's the Bromir special? Needs to be delivered fast? Sure. What is he doing? Oh no! He's got way more gear than me. What is he doing? Where is this guy? Oh, there he is. I found him. Oh, it took him long enough, but GG. I don't have the gear for this guy. No gear. Oh, enjoy. We need to be able to, like, when we go into... Gets grabbed. When we go into PvP, it should just switch to our PvP set. Simple. But I think it'll be a little bit better when they have the presets, but, you know. Where's my sanctuary? You should try out Dokubi Forest. I would like to try out all the spots. I just don't have time. So it's like little by little over a few weeks, I'll eventually get there. And I'm more than happy if other people can do all the hard work there. Because I don't want to. I don't want to go grinding in like all these spots. There's plenty of others who actually enjoy doing like the... What do you say? Research side of things. I'm more than happy to just watch them do it. Alright. Well, that's the game. It's a gear game. Let's get back to it. The problem with like getting like hard cap gear is like next year they're gonna raise the bar by another 20 to 30. But if you like perpetually play, sure, you can be ready for it. Like I think that's what like the high-end players do. They're like already sitting on like a million cronstones ready for the next gear piece to drop. But it's like at that point it's a job, man. It's a fucking job. Ideally, I like games where we don't have to like switch presets, switch builds. Like I used to play Aura Kingdom back in the day. Like this is like 2014, around 2013, 2014 when it came out. What I hated about it was like we had to carry like dozen plus gear swaps. Cause like there's like elemental stuff in the game where it's like, okay, this mob is weak to this element and it uses this element as damage. So I have to wear the armor piece, which is protecting me against that element, as well as I have to swap to all the accessories, which give me damage against a certain element. So it's like, at that point, it just got so annoying that I hated gear swapping before every single boss. Same thing in Ragnarok, Eternal Love, when I was playing on the mobile game back in like 2016, or sorry, when was it? 2019, I want to say. And anyway, when I was playing that game, that was the same thing. Every boss we had to switch our cards out before we face it. I'm like, this is annoying. So it's like games like WoW I really enjoyed because like I never really had to switch. I'm either in my PvP gear or my PvE gear. If I'm in open world, I'm usually in PvP gear. And that's it. Like I'm walking around my PvP set, I'm walking around in the PvP build. Unless you're like inside a raid or a dungeon, you don't really switch that out. So like games which do that really well is nice. In here, we have to switch our, you know, sometimes it's gear set, crystals, add-on presets, and all that stuff. So like it might be a little bit better when the presets come out, but until then, it's like either you're in your PvP gear or oh, someone else has a big advantage. Blue did all the spots. I kind of want to see like Duodecil do it if he's still playing. Is he still around? I haven't seen in a long time. I never search up, like, grind stuff anymore. I know Quindaya does a lot of research. He's a good watch. I know Blue doesn't have the time to sit in an hour for every spot. Unless he actually did that. Then that would be great. Well, Quindaya, he, like, goes into, like, a spot, does an hour, different class, does an hour. It's like, oh my god. Man's a machine. He did an hour at every spot? That's perfect. I gotta see his rundown on it. But one of these days, I'll just slowly, like, get to it. 2 16-hour streams doing it? Ah, took one for the team right there. Let's go. So what were the results? What'd it look like? Spreadsheet? Nice. I would hope he made billions. Yeah, let's take a look. $1 billion at Sharacon's? Night or day? And also, are these Garmoth numbers or actual liquid silver? I think he plays DK. He plays as Awakened DK. Sharacon Day. Okay. If you're at the AP limit, yeah, you can put the PvP set. I am not at the AP limit here. Oh, shit, no. If I was at the AP limit with PvP gear, I'd be on Arsha. Easy enough. Blue? No, he's not max geared, but he has like 800 gear score. He's not full deck. Hey, devouring. That's what I like to see. He extrapolated and took liberty to compensate Pop Box. He did not do an hour at every spot. What? What do you mean by that? I mean, it makes sense for him to swipe. I mean, like, look, in an MMORPG, you're either paying with time or you're paying with money. If your time is being used for something else, like doing content and working, it makes sense to spend money instead, you know? 20 minutes, okay. Now, did he prep for the 20 minutes though? Like, was he like comfortable and efficient? Or was he that 20 minutes him figuring it out as well? Just saying it, not like he worked hard. I mean, I'm sure he worked hard. I mean, he had gear like before he swiped. He had like a pretty decent bit. It was like 760 something, 770 something, right? So it's not like he just sat there, came in one day and went from 0 to 800. That would have cost way more. Yeah, he's played the game for 8 years, so like, you know, it gave him a little boost because like you can't be doing content as well as like grinding 8 hours a day unless that is your content, which it wasn't. So like for him, it makes sense to do it, and he loves the game. He might be hard on it, like, but I'll say it. I'm pretty sure he really likes the game, regardless of all the complaints that we might have as a community. But yeah, I was there. I was watching. That was a fun session. And I'm thinking, like, to people who did 400k cronstones or something and didn't get like all the, you know, similar to what he did, is like, oh. Oh, it's painful. Like $5,000. And if you like, not talking about streamers, like ordinary folks, I know plenty of people who like swipe, like they message me. They're like, you know what I did? I'm like, oh no. And they're like, yup, I dropped another 2 grand. I'm like, why'd you do that? Why are you telling me? You want me to yell at you? Is no one yelling at you? It's like, he had a meltdown and quit BDO, and then he came back because TNL. There's no quitting BDO. It's just a video game. If you want to play it, you play it. If you don't, you don't. I haven't seen too much of Hercules. I've seen like a video or two from when he started. But Throne of Liberty, it was like, it was a nice vacation, I must say. It was fun. It was a good time. I just wish they made those good changes that they came up with like a lot sooner. Alright, let's stop for a sec. Our buffs are falling off now. I like the essence that I have. So I have a theory, guys. So like, my theory is that there is a dynamic RNG system to the game. Right? Wait a minute. Is my YouTube stream going? Hey, anyone from YouTube still there? Okay, it's still connected. Okay. Just making sure. Red Battlefield disabled? I think I have the link here. I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, okay. YouTube's still up. I was just wondering. I wasn't seeing the icon on my end. Hmm. Alright, let's see. Bro waffling? What? What's waffling me? Alright, let's go. So, here are the notes. Crystal setup. Good. What do you get for whom's? Sherikhan, Agris, Day, Gold Loot Scroll, burns Agris quickly. So results, 12,767 in 20 minutes, 38,301 per hour in trash, 490 mil per hour in just trash loot. Average per hour here is over 1 billion, not including potion pity pieces, assuming you pull correctly. Sorry, what's going on? How much FPS is the upper ceiling in which character does more more DPS and PvE grind? There's no upper ceiling to that. So basically how it works is that your skill animations are based on time duration. That's calculated in frames per second. So if your computer is processing more frames per second, the skill is technically coming out quicker and chaining into the next one quicker. But this reduced in terms of apparent, like how much an effect it makes when they made the update to reduce the number of skill hits on skills. So that reduced the amount of load on the server or something along the lines. And someone did a test on Reddit. So before it was a much more noticeable difference, and then it was a much less noticeable difference after that test came in. So don't sweat too much about it. If you're pulling like, you know, 140 plus FPS, you're good. This sheet? Yeah, let me go through it first. I'll link it after. Well, someone has it handy. So Sharikon apparently burns Agris quickly. Let's see. Pity Pieces, incredibly good for new players. Nerfed on Global Lab. Hex Marie. Yeah. Results 52k, 1.3. Was that with Agris or without? Because with Agris I pulled like 30, or sorry, 61, 62. I did a 30-minute test though. Trolls, Awakened DK. Not the most ideal class for trolls for sure. So this could be a lot higher, but not a lot higher, a little bit higher. Probably a couple thousand, I guess. 13k, 14k trash loot, 1.34 bill and just trash. That's actually really good. I like that. For like the AP range. Before, like, people would go there with endgame gear and you'd compare it with endgame grind spots, but felt garbage, but wasn't as bad as people saying. Not recommended considering competitor spots. Yeah, it's more like other spots are better for the same effort. Same gear effort, I guess. Dark Seekers. 45k trash in an hour, 2 bill an hour, and just trash on dog shit class. It's Giga Juiced. It is really good. Don't tell anyone about this. Kind of hard. Honglum. I think it might have been without Agris. I think Looney did like 52k without Agris. Hey Russ, how's it going, man? Welcome. How are you doing? Good day. Honglum base, recommended AP 950. Overall spots definitely tankier than previous, requires a little more effort. Having tremendous amount of gear over the cap provides little to no advantage. All variables the same between both tests. Notable exception was gear score. So first one was with his full gear score, 15, 16 AP, 12, 156 trash for 20 minutes, 36 K per hour, 750 mil an hour in trash. Then without the really high gear score, still 10.9, almost 11k, so almost 33k. Yeah, I mean, like, this was a spot which was like just a sheer money spot. It was just so good, you know. Are you using Streamlabs? No, I'm using Restream. I tried Streamlabs, or not Streamlabs. I tried Stream Elements. It just didn't work for me. I need to try it again. Using Restream because it's just brain dead for me. Looney is a different breed, he is. You gotta look up to him though. Jade Forest, Marnie Realm, nice. Okay, 15.5k trash in 20 minutes, 46.7 trash per hour, 6 embers in 20 minutes, 971 mil trash. Really improved post patch, definitely worth trying. If you're upset with Honglum, that is a good alternative. Nice to know. Dekia Ash 2. Standard as above, comma harmony instead of normal. Results 13.8k in 25 minutes, 33.3k. Terrible, 25 minutes, should pull more. Unable to kill the Gyrus 2x and then distracted for a minute. Okay, fair enough. 1.8 bill hour in just trash. That's pretty good. That's really good. You need to adjust to kill the Gyrus every time. Much more approachable even without the AP. More players should be able to grind it. Yo, I should definitely go there. Because, like, I need my second artifacts. It's flooded with people right now. It's too cracked. Damn, nice. Yeah, I have 2 of these. I got one as a pre-order and I got one as a raw drop. So, like, I have 37 fragments. I've been pre-ordering the fragments, but it's coming in real slowly. And my pre-order's strong. Mar. Is it free? There is a free version. It's not good. I do the paid one. Yeah, it's Blue's document. Let's see. New Tunkata. Result 8.8k in 20 minutes, 26.6 in a full hour, 1.1 bill and trash, much less CC so long as you have KD resist. It's Still need FG, the roar from the big boy. Otherwise, basically the same as before, but solo. Same money as well. Nice. At least it wasn't nerfed. Crypt of Resting Thought. 7.9k in 20 minutes. 23.7 per hour. 902 million trash. I'm not the best crypt grinder as an experienced puller with great rotations and pulls could pull better trash. However, the spot feels absolute cheeks. Slow mobs feel like sponges and all though. I got Debo. I do feel you could do better if you aren't an expert. If you are an expert puller. Okay. Tungrad Ruins 16.3k in 20 minutes. Whoa, 1.7 bill. Not as bad as people say. The mobs are tankier, yes, but make sure you do the mechanic and you should be just fine. Actually quite good money overall. Don't be fooled. Yeah, that's actually really good. Hex Marie, I was doing it with Agris, but I think they disabled it right now, right? Dekia Thornwood, 7.7k in 20 minutes, 900 million trash. Really relaxed, chill grind zone with good Cafros, low money though. Like really low for the AP required, however, it'll be uncontested and is super relaxed. Nice. It is true, you just stand there in the middle. Dokubi Forest, 9.1k in 20 minutes, 27k trash per hour for 1.4 bill an hour trash. It's the easiest, lowest APM, lowest effort grind zone in the entire game. Not even close. So less time using skills than I did AFK watching mobs die. You can almost active fish while grinding to improve silver per hour, given how easy it is. This is an S tier spot. Not just the most money, but definitely... not the most money, but definitely the least effort. And no one will be there. Just do it on our show. Until you tell everybody. No, that's really good. That's really good. Stars and Pillars. Recommended AP 770. Results 6.2k trash. 20 minutes. 18.7k. 310. Don't. Noted. Gaifanrazia, 10.7k in 20 minutes, 32k in an hour, 810 mil in trash. Not very good money here. People will gaslight you into thinking it's much more trash per hour. The spot is much slower than before. Can't kill the pack before they turn around all the time anymore. Ooh. I kind of want to go check it out. Because that was our XP spot, man. Anytime someone said, where should I grind for XP? I'd say go there. Elvia Orcs. 9.1k trash, 9.19 in trash in 20 minutes, 27.5 in an hour, 510 mil. You cannot run Agris at this spot. This makes the spot completely What? This makes the spot completely ungrindable until it's fixed. Interesting. Okay. No hex up right now? Yeah. Dokubi and Arsha, people hold hands together. If you're a Succ Zerker, you can pull like 2.5 bill at Orcs. It's class dependent? Okay, gotcha. Iziri Highland, 16.2k in 20 minutes, 49k in an hour, 1.2 bill trash, solid money, but feels way slower to kill the leg compared to before with the slow mechanics. Like Pizza one really slows your grind down, in my opinion. It's cozy, but not really worth if you could grind Tungrad and make way more with zero risk. Yeah. Or Zekia, 8k trash in 20 minutes, 24k in an hour, 2.3 bill for our best spot in the game if you have the gear for it. Deep Sea makes it much better and much more relaxed. Yeah, I can't hit 1565. I might be able to hit like early 15s, but I don't have the gear to hit 1565. No, not yet. I need like 10 more AP probably. I'll be there soon. Soon. Dacia Histria, 14.2k in 30 minutes, 28.5k an hour, 980 mil. Really relaxed spot. Avoid the one-shot mechanic, and you're really good. Really solid money for the AP requirement. Nice. Dacia Crescent, 11.4k in 20 minutes, 34.1k per hour, 1.3 bill an hour in trash. Spot has a lot of damage. Does a lot of damage to you. Scariest spot in the game. Say maybe Orzekia. It might be scarier than Orzekia. Honestly, not worth the risk for silver unless you're on Arsha uninterrupted. Make sure you have KD and bound resist for the boss and kill the towers immediately. Sakurai Underwater, 6.8k in 20 minutes, 20.4k in an hour, 367 mil. Not worth it even for early game players unless you're looking for a merchant ring, hopefully. No, you'd go for upper Sakurai for a merchant ring, right? Oh, all right. Good shit? Alright, good to know. Alright, here is the link. Alright. Ready to check? Check what? Lazy, if you can hit 1490 AP, you can grind DSR. Otherwise, there are other spots which are making, you know, good money that you should grind. Like, if you're like around like 1475 or higher, I'd say. If you can hit that, then you can go to DSR. Work Empire is not. I was actually doing some research work this morning. It's just taking time. I just have to sit down and do it, but... Sheet? No. With all your buffs, with everything popped. Total, yeah. Alright. So, oh shit. We're almost out of time here. Okay, no more grinding. Let's watch a video. This might ruffle a few feathers, but it's okay. Rude gentleman in the chat. Tongue grad rings. Yeah. Sakurai was one of my favorite spots to grind. I like that spot. I like spots where you're like going through the rotation, pulling them, and trying to be more efficient, pathing better and stuff. All right. Pause the music. I know Succ Mystic is pretty free flow, but what would some skills you'd say to kind of orbit around? Oh, I actually went over the skill rotation earlier in the stream. On my YouTube, my VOD's gonna be there. It'll be easy to skip through it there. What is it? Let's just try to remember. SQ, SLMB, LMB, RMB. That's the combo. There's 3 combos you chain together. This is how I play it. If you guys have other rotations, nice. I don't have the patience to learn everyone's rotations, but this is how I'm playing it right now. Somersault kick into SLMB into Roaring Tiger. That's LMB, RMB. Then immediately go into R into F. That's Hurricane kick into Tornado kick into SC, Wave Orb. Or you can do the SLMB, RMB, but I like SC for that one particular. And then the third part is there's 2 ways you can do it. First is Soul Basher, hold F, and then cancel out before it goes into like any Hurricane kick or Tornado kick or anything. Hit SRMB for the last hit of SRMB, and then go into the last finisher. That's Shift Q. That's Skull Crusher, or not Skull Crusher, Rage Hammer. Mixing up the skill names. But instead of that, if the mobs are about to die, I like to do Shift RMB and then hold LMB to finish it off. But yeah, let's watch a video, guys. Let's go. What do I got?
I've redone this video.
This guy has attacked many of my enjoyable games in the past. Let's see what he's saying this time. I didn't watch this video, but apparently MMOs are dead and we're all tired. Guys, is our game dead in BDO? It seems pretty alive to me. Is RuneScape dead? Seems pretty alive to me. Is Guild Wars 2 dead? Seems pretty alive to me. Is Final Fantasy Lost Ark, even those dead? Even Lost Ark dead? Nope, there's still people playing. Even Throne of Liberty's alive. You know, they just have to downsize a little bit. WoW's still alive. Now, if you're taking MMOs as the whole overall bracket, like, you know, the overall MMO genre, many people are playing non-MMORPG games. I mean, those are a lot more popular, but anyway, let's see what homie has to say here. I remember this one time, it was Aeon Classic came out. The queue for that game was over 50,000, and it was like very popping at release, but they made a stupid blunder. They copied the Pearl shop or the cash shop from Korea over to NA, and of course NA is not gonna like that. And then the way they handle that situation is, oh, everything's working as intended. But basically, what you could do is you can sell some of the candy for like on the NPC or something, or was it on the NPC or for players? I think it was to players. Something you can sell some item 10 times a day, and you can make about 10 mil doing that from the cash shop. What it did was it kind of ruined the experience of like the marketplace that we would have liked. You know, it inflated all the prices, but at the same time, we're selling stuff for more money as well. It really didn't make too much of a difference. People are gonna buy silver or Kina wherever they're gonna buy it. But anyway, it was a small issue overall. The game was like very lively for about 3 months and slowly declined over time. And their bigger issue was that they had bots and hacks and stuff. But overall, it was a good experience for what it was, a classic server. I didn't expect it to like last forever. I mean, I was happy that we got to play for a few months and enjoy it. But homie over here makes a video, says, I didn't even get a chance to log into the game, but I just had to talk about it. That pretty much sums up how that video went. So let's see what he's saying. Apparently, MMOs are all dead. MMOs are dead and we're all tired of it. Let's see.
I've restarted this video like 3 different times in the last 30 minutes. I get several minutes in and I'm like, no, that sounds rubbish. I need to restart it because I'm not getting my point across.
Bro, some people like Lazy Peon, they're like so proper with their scripts. They'll like, you know, type out a script and then they'll read it off a teleprompter and it makes their videos so clean. I'm not like that and I fully resonate with him right now. Scripting, I tried, I just can't, you know. We just spitball, we just freestyle that.
Successfully, and at the end of the day, I just, you know what, I figured I don't care. I'm just gonna speak to you guys like I've done in the past. The MMO genre right now is in probably the worst state it has ever been in, and it is real.
You guys think so? Anyone? I think like it's in a better state than last year, I'd say. I mean, like towards the end of last year. At least BDO side, you know, BDO was like feeling it really bad. I think they've gotten better. I think they've improved stuff. I think it's moving in the right direction slowly. You know? It's like, don't listen to the rumor guy. Let's fact check it. I mean, like, I've been coming from like a lot of different MMORPGs this year. Lazy Peon's been doing? Oh, you guys gotta link me that. I've been seeing him get into RuneScape this past year. Worst state ever that's been in the past 10 years. Oh, yo, Evan, what's up, man? How are you doing?
Really disheartening to see. Grand Saga failed horrifically and
what the fuck is Grand Saga?
Shut down within what, like 2 months of release.
I guess I know. That's why I don't know what Grand Saga is. It shut down really quickly, apparently.
Valhalla Rising released, everyone disliked that.
Valhalla, wasn't that the one where they did a big streamer campaign? A lot of BDO players were playing that. Mobile game, PC cross-client or something. I didn't even look into that game. But I know some people who enjoyed it for like a week. I mean, it's a game, not a career. Is what it is.
Arsland released. Everyone abandoned that like day 1 after the time.
Okay, we played Terrasland for at least 2 weeks. Please, do not insult Terrasland. Now, Terrasland, oh, that was a kicker. For what it was worth, it played well. It was a smooth game. It was polished. It worked well on my phone. It worked well on PC. But you know what they did? They just came in with like all the all the skips that you would expect in a game that's been out for 15 years. You know, teleport to every boss. You just press this menu, all the bosses are there, all the dungeons are there. You just queue in instantly. It was like not a very lively world. I mean, you'd see people running around in the open world. You had to do dailies and stuff, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, like, it just wasn't a good game. It was very polished. It was a nice experience for like a week or two, but it wasn't like the greatest game. But meanwhile, these are all niche games. These are all tiny games. What the fuck is Grand Saga? No one's told me yet. It's like these are all niche games. Like if you play a niche game, expect the worst for them. They don't usually last. But you know, some niche games are still alive. Aura Kingdom, the original, it's still alive. It has a small community, but it's a very lively community for what it is. It might not have thousands of players, but you don't need thousands of players to run an MMORPG. You know? There's other small games too, like Tree of Savior. I was playing Tree of Savior for a few weeks earlier this year. It's still alive. It only has a few hundred active players, but they're still doing Node War stuff there, PvP. They're still, you know, having a community there. It doesn't matter. Hey, shit, come on. I don't know what people's definition of success is nowadays. What, you need million players for an MMORPG to be successful? It's like anime sim. Be nice. You know, he likes what he likes. I like what I like. Every other thumbnail is my mystic. I think enough said there. I have one question about video, wondering if you know 100% sure. Main hand, I'm a main hand Zerker. Does my awakening matter? Yeah. 30% of your awakening AP affects your main hand AP. 30% of your main hand affects your awakening.
Gated content after it felt legitimately like World of Warcraft but for mobile. Road and Liberty launched. Most of the MMO community disliked that. We had
No, we liked it. It was fun. It was a hell of a ride. It held its player base a lot longer than I expected. I expected a 90% player drop off within the first month. It lasted a lot longer. They have system issues, sure, but overall, I think it was a fair game. They didn't gut us on the pay to win, as I would have thought with NCSoft, you know, I mean, obviously. But Throne of Liberty, man, like, the pay to win wasn't as bad as everyone thought, you know. A lot of guilds had a lot of fun, you know, people enjoy the game. I loved how many times I ran into people from other games on that. Like, I just queued into a dungeon. I ran into homies from Aeon Classic on there. It's like, I used to raid with these guys every day. Like, we used to hold down this world boss every 6 hours it spawns, and there was only like 20-30 of us in this group. We weren't in the same guild or anything, but we were all in the same group, which followed a DKP system for the loot and everything. And it's like, they're my brothers. Back then, it's like we were like, so sometimes we'd log in and there was only like 6 of us, and we would fight tooth and nail, you know, brother in arms, like homies through and through back then. But you know, we split apart, went to different games, and it's like in Throne of Liberty, I ran into them. I ran into like multiple other groups, at least 3 other guilds that I used to be a part of. It was like, it was crazy that everyone just converged onto that game. It's nice. But what's that? BDO would be more players in PvP Arena as the reward tracks like Guild Wars 2. You know, that's a whole nother video. There's different issues with that. Guild Wars 2, they refined their their rewards track over the course of years. If you remember when it first released, it was not a good game. Like, it was very rough around the edges. It was not very polished. And the PvP system, they kept revamping like the reward system. They constantly changed it until they finally found what works for the community. I don't think it'd work directly one-to-one, but yeah, something similar could do better. But for BDO, it's all about silver, so they would have to make it competitive with actually grinding. MapleStory is still crazy popular, especially in Korea, still #1. Bro, I love MapleStory. I just can't do dailies. I get like so stressed out about dailies if I don't do it, and then I remember at 1:30 a.m. I'll get up and do it, which is a problem. So like, I'm waiting for MapleStory Classic. When MapleStory Classic drops, we're dropping every other game we're doing, and we're diving into it, like, seriously, for MapleStory Classic, 100%.
The Chrono Odyssey beta most recently, and that
I'll give him that one.
A lot of people very disappointed, and that disappointment was entirely warranted. I felt the same way, and it's just earlier today, as an example,
didn't this guy shit on like Tower of Fantasy so much? Man, I used to be a part of this guild there, Mayonaka. Good homies there, you know. We were chilling, just enjoying the game. We knew it was a gacha game. We knew it was a pay-to-win game. We still played it because it was fun. We had guildies. It was nice. It's polished. You know, we did our thing. We didn't need to swipe, you know. But then we had people just like talking smack about the game. It's like, you don't even play it. Who cares? It's a niche, tiny little game. Let it go.
This is what spawned this entire thing, this entire video. Earlier today, I posted a video. It was just a few hours ago, actually. It was on Ballotores. This is a medieval action, upcoming 2026, fully PC, maybe console, cross-platform MMO.
I didn't even look into that. I am not going to look into it. Unless it's like, you know, a game that I would actually play and enjoy. I really don't care. I mean, like, these games will be announced, and there's nothing wrong with them announcing and failing. I mean, you know, you shoot your shot. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. It's like, at least we do have options to play right now. There are plenty of games that are popular. Well, not plenty. You can count them on both hands, but you got games. We got options. It's not the worst situation.
No mobile functionality at all.
Vindictus 2, I'll try it.
We saw a trailer detailing combat. We saw the trailer, the dev diaries specifically documenting all the different stages of development, all these different things they're including in it and improving before release, because it is scheduled for 2026. They have a beta coming in, what, like this month?
They're still talking about Ballotores, right?
End of the month. And
yeah, I'm not going to look into it. I'm going to try to avoid betas. I felt like that Chrono Odyssey thing, it just wasted a stream. It wasted like playtime. I could have been doing other things. I'll probably just chill with the betas for now. Maybe down the line I'll get back into those, but I do want to
the comment section.
I do want to try Ashes one of these days if I can get by without paying an absurd amount of money for it. I'll pay $20. Final offer.
Not just for this video, but for videos I've done on 3 different MMOs that are coming that nobody really knew about, and even my Chrono Odyssey and Mrs. Sticks, my wife's Chrono Odyssey video. Let me read to you some of these comments. We still hoping for a good MMORPG. We won't.
Okay. I think I know where he's going with this. Yeah, Chrono Odyssey did give me trauma. I mean, it was like just stupid. Like, you know, for all the nice trailers they showed us and got us excited for it, and then they gave us that, and then the CEO guy was like, oh, there's a better version in development right now. This isn't the latest build. I'm like, why didn't you give us the latest build? Like, come on. We're doing a beta here. Give us the latest fucking build. It's like, I think I know where he's going with it, but I'll say this. There are doomers. I doomed. You guys remember me dooming quite a bit on BDO. Really upset me the way they were taking things, and you know, after they changed their leadership, you know, I saw good changes. You know, they finally acknowledged a big portion of the player base. They started taking a game in a better direction, in my opinion. Maybe those changes were always coming. Maybe we just had to be patient. I don't know, but you know, when you play a game for thousands of hours, tens of thousands of hours, you're gonna get passionate about it. You're more likely to complain about something you've played a lot more of than someone who's played like maybe 50 hours of a game. They might think it's the greatest game in the world, but they couldn't continue playing because they were too busy or something. But you know, it's warranted. I also doomed on it, but as a genre as a whole, that's a whole nother category. And like, if you're gonna, you know, doom about games consistently, expect that kind of audience to resonate with your content and start posting comments of the such. But you know what, let me see what they're talking about before I get too far into it.
Get one. We will not get one. Sure, the next MMO, yes. Let's hope it's not another scam. After playing Chrono Odyssey and seeing trailers versus gameplay, I'm never going to be excited for a game I haven't.
You know, I don't understand the scam concept. Like, I understand the Kickstarter scams, but like, a lot of people are saying Ashes is a scam. I'm like, yeah, it's probably not gonna, it's kind of not meeting our expectations that they built up over the years, but it's a legit game that's being developed. You know, it's like, the Kickstarter thing was funny. I remember when Kira started covering those like years ago. Oh, that shit was wild. Oh my god, that's a whole nother segment.
Haven't touched yet again. This has 11 liked so far. It'll come out and it'll fail within a week like all the other cookie cutter Korean MMOs that have released. MMO genre needs to go in another direction. Action, combat, and good MMOs just don't go to.
Hey! I feel personally insulted by that comment.
Together. Yay, another last gen MMO that isn't gonna make it whoop whoop. Oh boy, why are devs burning money for meh products? I went back.
I don't know, man. Are people looking for a career or a new game to play? It's very rare a game like lasts, actively for 10 years. It's a pretty much a norm that like even single player games, after you play it for, whatever number of hours it takes to play through it, eventually you'll forget about it. Why do we have to hold MMORPGs in a higher standard? We usually pay less for the game, and some of them are free to play. People will play in a manner where they're spending very little money. It's like standards, I guess it's different for every player. I mean, MMORPGs are different, sure. Every MMORPG is different though. Like the kind of attention it holds. Like WoW is a game that holds you for like 2 months max. You go through a raid, cutting edge, then do Mythic Plus along the way, and then you're pretty much done. Unless you're really you really love the game, then you start boosting and stuff or doing PvP, whatever. BDO is a perpetual grind. You go through series where you're like really active, then you slow down, AFKing, logging in once in a while, and then big hype comes up, and then you're back into it. Every game has its own rhythms. Like BDO's been holding you for almost 8 years. That's crazy, dude. BDO holds me for about 3 months, 3 to 5 months, I'd say, 3 to 6 months. It depends on like what I'm working on. Like right now, I don't really care for gear. I just do it for fun. I like seeing my gear improve. I like the progression. I like the cultivation, but I don't care if I'm like max geared. I'm not gonna catch up. So it's like something I don't even have in the back of my mind. PvP, open world PvP is like not even a thing I even look at. Sometimes I go into a Node War guild and stuff, but that's capped content. But communities keep me playing for BDO and other games like guild events and hanging out. Now that's something I can respect. That's what MMORPGs are about, like the community. Like a game's never gonna come. You're never gonna go into an MMORPG and it's gonna be like, oh, this is so polished. The voice acting is so nice. The mouth is moving exactly as the words are being spoken. Oh, the story is amazing. There's so much content for me to do. Like MMORPGs are never gonna win that battle because MMO players will play the game for like thousands of hours. They might have amazing content for like a few hundred hours, but we're gonna outscale those fuckers at the end of the day. It takes a special breed like ArenaNet to be even trying to compete with that. It's like we have to find our own goals. We have to find our own joy in MMORPGs. Like, watching my guild in Aura Kingdom last year, it's like they're such a small guild, but they have like 20 to 30 people, guild chat's active, Discord's active, in a game that's like so tiny. But it was so lovely. They do like weekly guild events, always carrying other people, and every weekend they're doing the Sky Tower thing and whatnot. It's like it was nice. And that was community. It wasn't the game that was like holding our hands through the content. It's our choice to engage with the content. How many here are actually doing boss rush, party boss rush? Be honest. I don't do it. I don't do dungeons. I don't even do solo boss rush. I choose not to engage with it. But I'm not saying there's absolutely zero content for us to do. I just don't do that content. It comes down to the individuals there. It's like same. I'm a life skiller. I just play video to chill, pass the time. I love it. Nice. I hated the community for Lost Ark, so toxic and gatekeepy. Yeah, I mean, like each community has its own thing, right? I mean, BDO used to be pretty gatekeepy until open world PvP took a backseat. But yeah, sorry, forgot I need to keep
Back
going
to
here.
Final Fantasy 14 for my MMO itch. Just another MMO that will die and be forgotten. Korean MMOs means dead game after 3 to 6 months, and making new MMO cash grabs the same way. Time will answer for you. Honestly, I don't trust any MMOs that are coming next, but sure, I'll try it if I can. I think Chrono Odyssey finally killed people's hype for any MMORPG that hasn't been played and tested yet, at least for the next few years. Man, I can't wait for the plethora of bugs on.
That's true. I'm never gonna play one of those betas again. I don't trust them. Wasting my 2 days.
everything on my favorite, the mounds and mounds of unnecessary microtransactions.
Yo, Mario, that is very much true. Like, the willingness to commit, it's like, unless it's like the perfect game, they don't want to commit to it. Like, you know, Throne and Liberty wasn't a perfect game, but it gave me a lot of fun. Like, the combat wasn't that great, but it was a lot of fun to play, you know? Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing over and over.
And pay-to-win mechanics. After Chrono Odyssey, I don't trust anything that isn't actual gameplay. It's a Korean MMO, that means it's more than likely not going to look good. 99% will be a pay-to-win in disguise, so must not get hyped. Korean MMOs are soulless.
Yeah, the pay-to-win argument is also a big thing, man. Like, it's like everyone has their own definition of pay-to-win. It's like, if there's even an ounce of money for advantage, they're like, that's pay-to-win. I'm like, are we living in the same world? That's literally life. That's literally every MMORPG. Every single MMORPG you can name, I can tell you how you can pay to win it. Now, it might be against terms of service, but you can still do it, and people still do. Like, the number of people who pilot in BDO, you'd be surprised. Number of people who've done it in the past at some point or another, you'd be surprised. Like, every MMORPG's pay to win. The real question is to what extent. I spent a month playing a mobile game, which is pay to win, very much transparently. Sorry, stop. Transparently pay to win. And it's like, it's so obvious. I mean, like, they don't even try to hide it. But despite that, despite not spending money on the game, despite other people not spending money on the game, there was still life in the game where people didn't care. They're like, yeah, we're just going to spend money if we can. If not, that's cool. We'll work together and kill the bosses. You know, we don't need to solo everything. And you know what? Those people compete with the whales because they have the willingness to party together on a mobile game to go kill world bosses together instead of thinking you have to swipe enough to solo it all. And like, those whales are still stuck in the past where, yeah, sure, they got a little bit higher gear, but they're not as far into quests. They're not as far as in unlocking their skills. And guess who's holding the siege? You know, a bunch of non-pay-to-winners. There are a few pay-to-winners in the guild, but you know, we still hold the castle. We have the willingness to like sit together on Discord and say, all right, you go left and I'll go right, and completely outplay the opponent with that simple simple coordination. But it's like, you know, everyone has their own definition of pay-to-win. It's like, it kind of holds back the whole, you know, genre as a, you know, in its entirety, because name one game which isn't pay to winning in some form or the other. What's up, Denver? BDO killed the genre for other MMORPGs. Its action combat is unmatched. It's ridiculous. I don't agree with that. I think BDO's is the best, but I think it could be better. BDO's combat is based in root motion, which I'm not a huge fan of. Root motion is when you hit a skill, you're locked in that animation until the skill ends. The way BDO gets by it is the skill animations are quick. They flow with other skills specifically. Like, you know, it clearly says this skill flows into this skill. And there's also hidden skills, hidden flows and stuff. So it makes it feel really good. And the skills feel impactful. You got really good visual feedback, really good audio feedback. And all in all, it's a phenomenal combat system, hands down. I think if someone wanted to compete with that, they could. But they feel it's too much effort to do so. And also, when you look at action combat, that kind of isolates players a lot more than tab target. So if you're, for example, playing from Hawaii, you know, you're gonna feel, and the servers are here in central US, you know, you're not gonna be playing with the best ping. If you're playing from Europe on the US server, you're not gonna be playing with the best ping. So, you know, it kind of isolates you to your region. And of course, some people, I think Moonglider's Hawaiian or something. I know some Biseptimus. Does Biseptimus play on NA? I forget. Some people on EU play on NA. So like, it's not impossible, but you know, BDO has that infrastructure that can hold it, but other games may not. So it's very daunting to go about building an action combat game. So it's like there's a lot of things holding back. Like for example, with World of Warcraft, once upon a time, I used to play from India on the EU server. I never felt the issue with the ping because I had like 140 to 180 ping. I was good. I was competitive. I was ranking high in the DPS charts and stuff. And it's like I never felt like I was being held back. If I had to play with that ping on BDO, oh, that wouldn't happen. You know, playing from Australia, then you know the pain. Random, you know the pain, bro. So like, it's trying to. Oh fuck. Oh, baby's crying. Well, I need to finish as soon as possible. Let me check. All right, let's just roll it.
Cat or the ultimate credit cards. I've already lost hope with MMOs, especially for ones made with Stutter Engine 5. Like, dude, it is unbelievable. These are just a handful of comments. There are hundreds, legitimately hundreds in the last 2 weeks alone, thousands over the last few months. I've gone on Reddit.
I think he's attracting that negative dooming mentality though. In my comment section, I mean, people like the games, you know. I talk about other games. I mean, the only bit of dooming I got is from Ragnarok, but that is completely 1000% warranted. They're not dooming about Ragnarok itself, but the company that keeps churning out an MMORPG every 6 months.
I've gone on Twitter. I've made tweets. I'm a part of several MMO communities, and the general consensus, as much.
All right, dude, this is not cutting it. Let's go 1.5.
As I hate to admit it, is that after Chrono Odyssey, I think did irreparable damage to the genre. Not that
I don't think it did. I think they just look like clowns. They just made themselves look unprofessional. I don't think anyone really took it personally. We didn't spend any money on it. Pansy just spent some of his evening. I'm like, I'm feeling sad about that because I have very little time. When I try to stream at like dead hours where everyone should be asleep, my son wakes up and my wife starts texting me. So it's like, it's just my situation. But I don't think it was that bad. I think it was just they're idiots for copying New World. Of all the games you could copy something better. It's like, can you change your homework a little bit? You know what? Pick someone else to copy homework from than that guy.
It can't come back from this. It most definitely can, and that's not to say Chrono Odyssey is a bad game, but what they showed us,
it is a bad game,
was such a contrasting difference that ultimately people have finally been burned one too many times. Now, hype for MMOs, new MMOs, is at an all-time low. People just aren't really excited anymore.
Sure.
And after playing the content creator test environment for Chrono Odyssey and being as arguably disappointed as I was, Mrs. Sticks, she did a video and she wasn't as disappointed as me. She had a lot of issues with it, definitely, and she found, or had very significant criticisms of the game, but she wasn't as critical of it as I was. I would have rated the beta like a 3 out of 10 because it was really unfinished, but I personally was beyond.
I give it a 5. I mean, it was pretty rough, but it wasn't the worst. I'd say it was almost at the New World level on release. Oh my god, New World's release was hilarious.
Understandably disappointed with that, and I, like many of you, are at a point where I feel like the genre is just pushing out, and this also applies to upcoming MMOs like Ashes, like Ion 2, like the Arc Age, whatever they call themselves now, like Arc Age Chronicles, the Riot MMOs. This applies to every single MMO. People are getting, or they were at the very least getting excited, but as time continues to go on, we continue to get more and more disappointed. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue.
Hey, that's us right there, boys.
You guys are
Black Desert,
phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Every new MMO that releases, that has released since I think Lost Ark, has flopped horrifically, and like I'm really excited for Blue Protocol Star Residence. That's why I'm still actively covering it on this channel. I played the Chinese beta.
Oh, has anyone actually played that? I saw Canon playing that, but I didn't get too much into it. Now, Blue Protocol, like before, I was like really excited for in the original version, but then it's like after seeing it in Japan, I'm like, ugh, that was a bitter disappointment. I remember how much they were selling like stuff on the cash shop for it. It was so egregious.
Test for it twice. I'm gonna be playing the global beta test for it. I have dedicated videos coming on it, but even Blue Protocol Star Resonance, I think, is going to underperform and underwhelm people. Not because it's a bad game, it's actually probably the most fun I've had in an MMO in a while. Like recently I played Crystal of Outlaw. Man, that was a disappointment. I left that in like 48 hours, less than 48 hours, because of how horribly predatory it was.
Crystal of Atlan, wasn't that a mobile game? Can't compare that. Come on.
No,
Nah, I think Blue Protocol is not going to be a big hit. It's going to be a small community probably that might enjoy it, but it doesn't have the holding power. But anyway, I haven't looked too deeply into the Star Resonance, like all the changes, but we'll see.
It was ultimately, at the same time, kind of a fun game. But I think even Blue Protocol Star Resonance is going to underperform because people have this expectation now. You need to be an incredible MMO to redirect attention away from the currently established existing monoliths of the genre. So right now we have Guild Wars 2, great game. Black Desert Online, 10 years later, still has yet to be dethroned in terms of combat, in terms of graphics.
Damn right. Actually, we got dethroned in the graphics. Throne's graphics are better, but our combat is unmatched.
Throne Liberty missed the mark. Really missed the mark there. Then we have Final Fantasy.
No. Throne didn't miss the mark. They were just poorly planning out the release cycles. They already had like all the plans for improving the game, but they were like so slow to release it. But they did like do fixes that based on the community's feedback. People were upset that we were holding, people were holding bosses captive with Eclipse and gatekeeping other players from getting to the world boss. You know, they applied a fix there. They were pretty good about it. But bottom line is, a PvP MMORPG is not going to be successful in the modern era. Like a game that revolves around you fighting each other. Every time it's nighttime, it's time to throw down. Every time there's a world boss, you throw down. I'm sorry, but the MMORPG genre is no longer built for that kind of hardcore mentality. Our community is just older now. We want to go play with the homies for the 2 hours we have in a day after all the shit we deal with. Going into Throne and Liberty, running into Pansy, getting absolutely bodied. I know it can be difficult. I'm kidding. I wasn't that great. I was just in a strong guild, but you know, the sentiment is the same, right? Like you go in, you only have a limited time, and then you want to do that world boss, but then there's Ethereum coming in and bringing down the hammer. It's like, it really rubs people the wrong way. I think it's not that the game was bad, but it's just that the system no longer... if the current tier 2 state of the game of Throne and Liberty came out on release, it would have done a lot better. If the current game came out 8 years ago, it would have been on par with what Black Desert's numbers were back then. Like, you know, it would have been one of the biggest games ever. But the community's changed. Like 8 years, man, that did a number to us. Like it was, when I was in 2016, 2017, I was still in my 20s, just started working independent and all that, and I could play like 8 hours a day. No one said nothing. I was ready, but we didn't have it then. No, we did not. But the community's older. We don't have the ability to waste our time like that. You know, and I call it a waste of time for the people who are getting absolutely just, you know, destroyed. Like they're just fodder for the bigger guilds. Like every server had the same issue, not just mine. And in my server, like in Ethereum, there were some people who were absolute no-lifers. Since the morning they wake up, they're on Throne grinding out something. I'm like, what the hell are you grinding for? You're already capped gear. And the dude's like, I'm prepping for tier 2. And this was on the second month of the game. Like, what the fuck? They're absolute lunatics. So like when you're pit against like people like that, you know, in important portions of the game, like open world dungeon grinding, open world bosses, you know, that system just doesn't work anymore. And it seems like they learned their lesson with Aeon 2, where it's not going to be like Aeon 1. A faction PvP game is not going to work anymore. Unless it's an OG game like WoW and they know what they're getting into. Like if you release a new game with Aeon class, like vanilla Aeon's PvP, open world PvP, not going to happen. There are also people spending 20 hours a day farming kills to upkeep the server buff. Exactly. It was absolutely atrocious. It was a bad you know, place to be if you weren't in one of the best guilds, if you weren't a good PvPer, if you weren't, you know, investing the time to compete with them. So like, you know, for the casual gamers, majority of MMORPG players are casual. Majority of BDO players are casual. Can I do anything in open world PvP? No. Do I care? No. If I did care, I'd try to get my gear up. I know it's a waste of my time, so I don't even bother. But in Throne Liberty, like, I have a much more smaller barrier to entry, so I was able to do it. But it's just not, those systems don't work anymore. You know, the games might have been good. Like, the game was good. Throne Liberty was amazing. But, you know, the combat could have been better. But the community is just too old for that. We're just not going to be able to sustain 300,000 players a day doing that. Like, it's just not real.
Fantasy 14, the second biggest MMO in the genre, and then we have World of Warcraft. These are games that have decades of content, so much life to them, so much polish, and every MMO right now just, they give us this beautiful, shiny trailer, and we're all just like, wow, it looks so good, and then we play it, and it's just like, what happened? Like, we're at a point now, genuinely, where gacha games are producing trailers, high-quality game trailers, and then releasing high-quality products. Wuthering Waves, which is the gacha game that...
That's actually true. He's got a point there. Never thought that would happen. Like, remember, like, 8 years ago, the gacha games we had on mobile? Now it's like, they're like quadruple A quality. It's like, they've surpassed triple A quality, or triple A quality publishers and developers at this point. It's actually nuts. I'm playing a really, I don't play this much anymore. I'm ready to make my 30-day video. The game I was playing on mobile, but like, it's a very rudimentary game. It was graphics from 2003. It was retro, but people still play it. And it's like, I don't think pay to win is the issue. I don't think pay to win is like the barrier to entry. I think a good game is gonna give everyone something to do. Like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to fight that guy who's a whale. Okay. Is what it is. Even if you put me in the same gear as Devios, he's going to body me 99 times out of 99 fights. And then one time I'll manage to pull the power on his computer or something, you know? But it's like, it's just not going to work. Like, you know, nowadays our mentality's changed. So people think pay to win's the problem. I think a good game, even if it does have pay to win elements, is gonna old players. Like, these games can only be possible if it's successful. And it's not just that they're milking whales. Ordinary people play, you know, gacha games. You know, ordinary people play Genshin, you know? There's life in different aspects of MMORPGs. Like, there are the free-to-play players, there's low spenders, there's pay-to-winners, but I don't think it's as cut and dry as saying one thing's the problem. Someone put a guy spending 20 hours versus a guy the whale. The 20 hours guy should still win. Depends on the game. If it was Throne, he would definitely win. Honestly, you put a guy playing the Throne of Liberty for 2 hours a day and pit him against a whale. The 2 hours a day guy, you know, is gonna win if the whale doesn't put in 2 hours a day. Because, like, in Throne of Liberty, people thought, oh my god, it's pay to win. You can buy Arc Boss weapons. And like, who gives a fuck? Join a guild and earn your Arc Boss weapon. It's like, even without Arc Boss weapon, you can be like the highest gear score and body those people with Arc Boss weapons. It wasn't like a cut and dry thing like, oh, he wins. Oh, there were niche uses for it. But, you know, it's not that bad. Like, that it's balanced that, okay, they're gods. The mobile game I'm playing is like, yes, they are unkillable, but guess what we do? We stack 3 people on them and kill them anyway. It's like, hey, this guy's killing this boss. Hold up. We're rolling in. So we go in and jump him together. Still same effect. He's still in the ground. It's like, Mystic Succ or Awakening for Gyphon Razi Underground. I haven't tried the new Gyphons. Succ would still be better in my opinion, unless it's too tanky, so... I'll have to test it out, sorry. I had a bell staff, man. I had a bell staff. Got the first one on the server, and best liberator for a while. I got boss drops like crazy, just pumping DPS. Nice. I've earned like over 150k Lucent worth of drops for my guild without an arc boss weapon. Like, I got a lot of drops. And it wasn't, the arc boss difference wasn't that big. Like, they really nerfed the arc bosses when they came to NA. Like, it was just like, oh, marginally better. But arc bosses in Korea were a whole different story.
That is playing in the background has absolutely redefined gacha and redefined cross-platform PC mobile gaming. This game is now better looking than the vast majority of MMOs coming out. It looks better than Chrono Odyssey. It looks better than Blue Protocol Star Resonance. It looks better than Dungeon Fighter Overkill.
Oh, thank God he didn't say it looks better than Black Desert, because it does.
Games are just, they are so much fun, and they're incredibly casual. You can play them for 5 minutes or 5 hours. There are constant updates, so many things to see and do. And, you know, that isn't to say that they're better than MMOs like WoW or Final Fantasy XIV. A lot of people, they're not. No, what it is saying is that nowadays, games like this, games like Zenless Zone Zero.
Let's be real, it takes way less effort to build a mobile game and maintain a mobile game than it does to build an MMORPG on PC. One of my buddies is trying to make an MMORPG, and I'll tell you, finding a resource to work on the damn game is one of the biggest challenges. The number of people who have zero experience and are applying, too many. The number of people who try to get in and just do like minimum work and, you know, just trying to stay there and be there early so then they could be the leader of the team that of the new developers that come in later, too many. It's like the lack of resources is the biggest one. And of course, why would people invest their time being good at something that's so niche when there's more popular things out there? That's just the nature of the situation. It's like, the rate at which Hoyo puts out content is insane. It takes less effort to make a mobile game, and it generates 10 times the money. So they're killing it, you know? Yeah, they can afford it. They make way more money. Like, you can spend 7 years. Like, you'll see Ashes is not going to be like pulling in like $100 million in the first month. How many MMORPGs ever can even imagine that, even think about doing that? Whereas Genshin, they were rolling. Even BDO Mobile pulled in almost $1 billion in total, right? It's crazy. Riot, I don't think so. I don't think they have the leadership for an MMORPG. They're really good at making games, but unless, you know, their cheat code would be to hire me. I would be the man to do it. I've played every aspect of every, you know, type of MMORPG. Like, I've been on all sides of it. But the people who are going to be in charge, I doubt they'll have the similar experience as us. Similar experience as us, ordinary people who've put hundreds, if not thousands of hours in the game they love. Maybe if we're lucky, but the fact that they had to restart the project because it wasn't going in the right direction. Do we even have anything to be excited for, guys? Like, is there a trailer or something I'm missing? I thought they had to restart from scratch or something. What's going on? As a company, Riot is one of the best. I'll say that. Every game, they had a goal that every genre is going to have one of their games in it. Every competitive genre. And they do so good. Won't be coming out. I thought it was like, I'd say 2030, bro. Can you link it, please? I'd like to see it. I don't think we'll see Riot MMORPG in 2027. 2030 is realistic.
Hero are actually better than the MMO alternatives. That players now are just not excited for MMOs, and it's like it's surreal to be in the genre for 8 entire years creating content and to see it just continue to stagnate. The pool of content creators is decreasing. The overall viewership for
now, one thing to say about this is, like, if you take a mobile game, you know, someone worked on it, they'll probably go find a job in another mobile game coming up as a developer, and they'll go to another mobile game, or they'll stay in the same company. But regardless, if you try to do you think like all these MMORPGs and PC like that failed, their resources are, you know, the people who developed it, there's a nice transition from like people with experience and continue to accumulate experience? It feels like everyone's starting from scratch. Like every MMORPG, it feels like very little, you know, carryover. Even if it's the same company, it's like, you know, I guess NCSoft has done a good job with like carrying over their knowledge. Like, if you look at Lineage 2M to Throne of Liberty to what Aeon 2 is promising, I think there has been good transition, but for the most part, the resources are just not there. There's just not people who are experienced with MMORPGs. There's too many complexities with it. Such a difficult task to make an MMORPG, first of all. It's not for the lighthearted, you know? Even if you have $100 million, that's not enough. They'll burn through it. You have to tell them you only have like $20 million, and they'll slowly increase the budget, provided that they're providing results, like they're delivering results. But They just said they put it on the back burner, still working on it in the background. Gotcha. Just got pushed out even more. I think it's 2030. Right? Riot MMO is basically targeting 2030 at this point. Best way to just write it off. Best to just write it off. Yeah, I mean, let them cook. If they can do it, they will do it. If they feel it's going to be waste of everyone's time, they're going to be like, all right, never mind, cut it. And I appreciate them doing that. I don't need to get excited for something. You know, like EverQuest was supposed to get a sequel, right? They did the same thing. They developed it. They had some trailer and stuff, but they're like, you know, we're not redefining anything. We're not bringing anything new that isn't already there. So we're pulling the project. I'm like, respect. Thank you. Let's keep the memory of EverQuest for those who care, you know, still there. Don't do something like Art Kingdom 2. God, I hate them. Concord moved on to make the disaster known as Marathon? Really? You should look at Eidolon. The one man made an MMORPG and love it. I played Eidolon on stream a few years ago. I played it. It's like MapleStory, but idle mode. The reason I never brought it into my loop, I might in the future, but the reason why I never put it on the, you know, in my gameplay loop or in my content loop is because of the drama that one man has had with his community. Like, it had a budding community growing and it was like really cute and nice, but you know, the drama kind of, since it's just one guy, it kind of soured it for me, considering the fact that it's an idle game where idling and staying idle time, you know, keeping your character going at a spot is the primary mean of progression, and then you're selling idle time on the cash shop. I mean, that game had plenty more pay to win than other MMORPGs I saw. So everything together, I was like, you know, maybe not the best right now. We'll revisit it in a few years. It's just taking too long and relied on unproven tech. I don't think it was EverQuest Next I was talking about. Was it Next? It's like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. Like, no, definitely did a phenomenal job for being a single person pup. Like, absolutely. But everything together is like, I couldn't really, couldn't really stick to it, you know? Oh, shoot, I totally forgot.
For MMO videos and MMO content creators is decreasing. New MMOs get announced.
Wait, what is he saying?
Overall viewership for MMO creators creating content and to see it just continue to stagnate. The pool of content creators is decreasing. The overall viewership for MMO videos and MMO content creators is decreasing. New MMOs get announced. People go, it's gonna shut. It's gonna EOS in like a year. Gameplay looks crap.
Okay, we could probably see if the content creator pool is decreasing. Who knows? I don't even want to argue at that. It doesn't even interest me.
Graphics look crap. And that's all true. Because
you started hiring people? Oh, let's go. Good for him. You know, keep working at it. I understand drama is bad and stuff. It was silly, but you know, keep at it. Love to see an MMORPG struggle, make a good community, and eventually succeed. Hoping they succeed. I mean, you know, all the things I mentioned, negatives, sure, but I'd like them to still succeed. I'd like there to be an option to play.
At the end of the day, like, you know, in a lot of instances, it's true. It's sad, and I don't see. I genuinely hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see it getting better. I really don't. It's so sad because I'm like,
take a vacation, bro. It's not that bad. This is the problem when you're not just this guy. I mean, not just Strix, right? But it's like if your entire content is based on seeing the overall landscape of it and not getting deep into an MMORPG, you know, you start looking at it in a too broad of a perspective. Like, get freaking deep into a game for like 6 months, you know? You know, maybe hope will come back when you play RuneScape for like 6 months, Guild Wars 2 for 6 months, and actually get into the deep of it. You kind of get detached when you're in the overall broad MMORPG category. Then your community is also eyeing the same, you know, broad aspects of the genre. Then you're not interacting with, like, you know, you guys, the people who are actually in the MMORPG, like in a game like BDO. You guys are pretty deep into it. Many of you are a lot deeper than me. It's like, I don't think it's as bad. I don't think hope is lost. I think we just have to wait for new games to click. Like, you know, if they don't click, they'll fail. So be it. MMORPG's failure isn't a new concept They've failed many times in the past as well. I mean, early on, sure, the early to the market, the first few MMORPGs were pretty popular because there were very few options. Now people have options. We have decades old games that we can always fall back on if a new game doesn't work out. So a new game needs to not just establish itself as a unique game, but also pull us away from existing games. So, you know, they got their work cut out for them, but as a genre, we're fine.
I'm covering all these new MMOs, doing new videos on all these MMOs, and like so few people are actually excited for them.
Yo, Matt, actually, let's go. I have a few folks who play MapleStory right now. I'm waiting for MapleStory Classic. Bro, I'm going to make a guild. We're going to go super hard when that game comes out. I've been playing Artel on my phone every once in a while just to familiarize myself with the old stuff. But I want to see you there in my Discord, man. I want to see you there in my guild, okay? You're drafted. Anyone in chat who's going to play MapleStory Classic, you're drafted. All right, my guild, nobody else's, right? We're gonna go fucking hard. I can't wait. I'm gonna be a bishop. I'm gonna go on everyone's map and just spam Genesis just because I can. Got a Buck. You played a Buck, dude. I'm playing Buck on retail right now. Buck is so fucking awesome. Lord of the fucking Deep. Lord of the Deep, man. That skill alone was like sick. I wish Awakened Mystic has that skill. That would be so awesome.
I don't, like, I'm not going to stop covering them. I don't want to leave the genre. I know a lot of us don't want to leave the genre, but they're really...
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize this all this time. This is so bad. It was, like, cut off. Oh, my God. Not like luckily, we didn't have it. It shows you how much I react to stuff.
Isn't a lot going on right now, especially for those of us that are disappointed with like Final Fantasy 14's Dawntrail expansion, have finished all the War Within content.
There we go.
Don't play really any other MMOs. It's it's a barren wasteland, and there really isn't anything in the immediate future that look.
Oh, true, the Super Saiyan mode, and it was like people had to like run on mounts to match our speed. Now it's just like now it's just for like cosmetic. They still give us the mode, but it doesn't do anything.
Looks like that'll really make a...
I have no idea what is in the background. I'm assuming it's Genshin, but I've never played Genshin. I tried it once. I didn't get past like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, this is smooth. It works great on my phone. All right, bye. I just did Bigfoot Leech for money and Zachem carries for money. Oh man, I remember I played in 2012 or so. I once went back. I went to Kaini as a priest. And that's what I would do. I'd be at Lionheart Castle just leeching. Just giving everyone blessings. Holy blessings. Easy.
Change.
Windia, okay. OG, man. Scania, Windia, Kaini. Name a few others. I forget the old servers. I remember Windia and Kaini, but it's like... Good times, dude. Good fucking times. Broa, hell yeah. Oh, man, I think it was Broa that got hit. Like, when Zachem first came out, like, immediately within, like, the hour, all their top rankers got banned for hacking at Zachem. Like, that was, like, the funniest shit. Oh, a little bit of that happened in Scania and Kaidi as well, but the pace at which that happened was hilarious, and GMs were just sitting there waiting.
I mean, Blue Protocol, sure. I'll enjoy that for a week, maybe a month, however long it takes to get through all the content, but like maybe Dungeon Fighter Overkill as well. Again, if there's one thing that...
Yo, I'm really feeling like playing that game. That is Genshin, right? It looks so good.
This is Chrono Odyssey debacle.
I love Tower of Fantasy, man. I had so much fun with it.
It is that nowadays people are going to look at trailers for MMOs and go, nope. Although, actually, no, I do take that back. I am excited still for 2 upcoming MMOs.
Name it.
That I genuinely do think have the potential to redefine the genre, to actually make it dent, and to have some form of substance. I have 2 videos on those coming up over the next month. I would strongly urge you to take a look at those.
No,
or to
tell
at
us.
least wait for those.
Tell me the names.
What do you think? Are people, is everyone just kind of losing hope? Are people now looking at
oh my god, he literally didn't tell us the name. All right.
Completely writing them off? Is that what you're doing? I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know...
Great. Dude, Tower of Fantasy was great, man. Background game is Wuthering Waves. Oh, okay. That one was like hella polished too, wasn't it? I saw a lot about it, but I know if I play that game, I'm gonna spend money. So I don't even play it. I don't even give myself the chance. It's like they get me, man. So I avoid them. Like I'd love to, but it's like, maybe I could do like a free to play playthrough or something, some content related thing, but mobile games are just so much cheaper to make. It's like even the resources, you put up an ad for a mobile game, you'll have 100 applications within the 24 hours. And then if you put up an application for like a PC game, you'd have to go out searching, man. It's so bad. Unless you're paying like 150 grand, yeah, six-figure salary, 100K is not gonna cut it. It's like you have to pay them 150, give them all the benefits in the world and shit, and then they'll slowly truck along and push things out. It's like new companies can't do it, indie companies can't do it. It's just such a bad ecosystem to build an MMORPG. Mobile game is completely different. But I'm like, I think that should be the future. Make it mobile and cross-platform. I just don't understand the UI concept. Why does it look like a mobile game UI on PC? Can they not change the UI elements? That seems like so obvious to me. Like, I don't know. It's rough, but at the same time, that's why we play RuneScape even now. That's why we play BDO. That's why we play Guild Wars 2. Even ESO still has its community. Lost Ark still has a community. It's our willingness to commit that's not there, in its entirety. I hope AI changes game development significantly. Me too. I want AIs to be like, in the game, dude. I want AI NPCs and shit. Uh, that'll be hilarious. But that's unrealistic. Maybe like some elements could be like a few here and there, but that'd be very expensive and taxing in the current state of things. What was that book, the audiobook that I was listening to? Man, Russ would know. That was the last one he recommended. Audible. Life Reset? Yes, Life Reset. So in Life Reset, this is an Audible book, 7, 8 books in that series, MMORPG, VR, and stuff. So the concept of that is a lot more realistic than other things that I've seen. So basically, they have a quantum computer because you need like that level of computation to be able to have AI for every NPC to a certain degree. And you know, in that game, it's a VR game, right? You go into it by with some gear and stuff, and it's a full dive thing, so you feel everything going on inside. But they're only able to do it because it's running on a quantum computer, which shares some of its processing power for the game, and then that's able to handle the AI and stuff. Right now, AI is just the first step of like a huge technical revolution, because the AI is just the first step. It needs the vessel to actually reach its full potential, and I'd say that's quantum computing or some other alternative. A lot of people are saying, a lot of companies are saying, "Oh, we did this and that in quantum computing." I'm like, I'll believe it after I see it. But in essence, one quantum computer would like outmatch all the processing power in the world. So it's like, if that actually comes up, it's not like we'll all be sitting with quantum computers at home or anything, but we'd be like remoting into a quantum computer, and you uh, buy a subscription for a certain amount of power or something, processing power, just like any cloud computing right now. So everything's in the early stages, and that's gonna blow everything away in a manner that it's gonna laugh. We're gonna be laughing at what we have right now. It's like it won't even be comparable. But hopefully then we'll have real AIs in the game. Sorry, I had to run a huge lap to get to this point, but I'm like, hopefully then we'll have real AI where, ads will have a certain degree of AI control, NPCs in towns, bosses. Imagine that. That would be great. Oh man, I had to run like 2 miles to get to that simple line. I should have just skipped right to it. Oh well. All right. Is what it is. I'm tired. Dekia fragment, let's go. Just 62 more to go. Nice. Oh, it's already 1:30 a.m. and I have to wake up really early. Okay. And then this week is going to be so annoying because I have to drive to my parents' house in the morning and back in the evening because my son's daycare decided they're going to have a week off for professional development. Like, fuck's sake. Do you have a Succ Mystic guy? No, not yet. I don't think I'm good enough yet. Just need a little bit more practice and research. But eventually I'll put it out. But if you look back on the VOD, you'll see a portion where there's blue text on the screen and I'm explaining my rotation. That's basically how I play. So you can check on YouTube. The VOD's going to be there. On Twitch it's going to be there. But yeah. Really technical class? Nah, it's not. It's you can pick it up. Its movement is something that you'll have to build into muscle memory because there's really quick movements which you can use to navigate around packs and stuff. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad, trust me. No class in this game is like as bad as Succ Striker used to be in 2020. It was very technical back in the day. I'm from South India, so I speak Telugu. Awakening fine, but I'm trying to PvE Succession. Yeah, PvE Succession's pretty good. Like, it's not hard. There's just 3 mini combos you put together. Tamil, oh nice, dude. Hey, you got the millions in there. Let's go. Good shit. I'm really not good at Telugu either. Like when I moved to India, in like high school and I was there for 8 years through high school and college. I had like over time I developed a very fluent local accent and I was speaking like a local. After 8 years of being back in the US, it's degraded back to what it was before. I don't know how that works, but that's what happened, man. uh, have you reacted to video changes? Global Lab? No. I have not. Anything major? PV for Succession, everyone's saying it's all generation and spending, a very specific rotation. Yeah, but they're like 3 mini rotations put together. We could probably hop on really quick and I could show you. It's like each mini rotation's 3 skills. It's pretty simple. The new PV, oh, you mean like this current combat changes and everything, right? Insanity, like this recent week patch. Yeah, I mean, I like it because I feel stronger, but I definitely understand that other classes, and depending on the situation, you know, it might be worse for players. Like, for example, for me, I wasn't hitting the hard AP cap for Dark Seekers before. I was about 30 AP off. But, you know, because of the changes, now I am hitting 1490. So for me, it was good. But then for people who were grinding at a spot which they didn't have the AP cap, but they're happy grinding, now suddenly the minimum AP require outscales their AP. That's bad for them. You know, they have to go to a different spot. People who are grinding Honglam, like a low end spot because it was chill and good money, they can't go grind there because the game says no, go to a spot more appropriate for your gear score. So, you know, I'd say it really depends on the situation. I'm very much aware that it's not good for everyone, but it, you know, even if it's good for me. But best thing to do is adapt. Like, see what's actually working right now. Go there and grind and adapt. Because like BDO's a game. If you're upset about a class's performance or a state of something in the game, it's a waste of time to just be upset about it. Just move on, adapt to it, change class, change grind spot. If not, take a break. Because it's one of those games that it's just, if they want to do something, they're gonna do something. They're not really gonna walk back changes just because people are crying for it. A lot of endgame players just smiling and not noticing this problem. Yeah, I mean, like, for them, it's not that big of a deal, right? But I was watching Choice, and he said Elvia Fogans is the best money in the game. I thought they disabled Elvia. Did they not? Is it still there? Or is it just specific LVS spots like Hex? Yeah, I haven't really tried a lot of those spots. I'm just doing my thing. I'm just collecting Essence of Devouring. Because we're going to need a lot of them. Let's see how many we have. We have 22. And we have 15 Origin of Dark Hunger. Let's just hold all of them in one inventory. I'm just collecting these because, you know, I'm going to need them. I'm going to need to make stacks. Hex is not disabled. Are you sure? Elvia? People are saying it's disabled. I mean, it's easier to close the gap, but it's just as difficult to get to the hard cap, right? Oh, you're there? Okay. Interesting. Which region are you in? Oh yeah, I totally forgot. What were you talking about? Mystic rotation. So the first there's 3 mini combos that I do. So I start things out with somersault kick into hidden claw into LMB RMB. Let's actually go into here. Hex is open. Okay, did they fix it or what's the situation? Is it still broken? It sucks? Okay. It's getting nerfed next patch. Okay. So, oops. Let's do it on this. So the first mini rotation is somersault kick, hidden claw into roaring tiger. You know, you're just spending 3 shards, you're getting all your add-on buffs up, you're getting your AP buff from somersault kick, and that's just the first part. Oh, actually, before you use roaring tiger, use spacebar. If you're not running your AP buff or anything, and you don't have the attack speed buff, use a crouching wolf. But yeah, then you dump. Then you immediately go into RMB F. So that just went really quick. I didn't intentionally do it. It just naturally came out. But after Roaring Tiger, holding RMB goes into Hurricane Kick, F goes into Tornado Kick, and SC chains into the Tornado Kick to do Wave Orb without the cast bar. So here's how it looks like. And then the third part is Soul Basher, and then I cancel SRMB into it, into Rage Hammer for the last part. So I don't think I can generate 3 shards like this standing still. It has to chain in with the previous combo in order to get the 3 shards for the Rage Hammer. So these are 3 separate pieces of the combo. I call it 3 separate mini combos, but they need to be chained in together for it to work. So let's just say we're at the 3 shards. When you cancel in RMB, it does that downward slam like I just did. If you do SRMB, this is what it normally looks like. It's a series of hits into the downward slam, but chaining it in after certain skills like Flash Step. Oh, I had to hold it down for a second. It does the float, then the downward slap after Flash Step. Wait for them to both get off cooldown. So that's after Flash Step, but it doesn't do that upward hit after this. It just goes straight into the slam. So that's a nice little combo that'll get you to the third one. Alternatively, instead of doing the Soul Basher combo, I like to do Shift to RMB and then do the Adamantine combo. Or not the Adamantine, Thunder Pound combo. This got buffed, so it's actually really good damage as filler. It's not as good damage as going into Soul Basher, SRMB into Shift Q, but it's a perpetual forward guard for the duration of that combo, and it does decent damage. So in like higher end spots when you're trying to be safe, it's good. Do you know the best way to reach 1490 cap? I want to grind Dark Seekers too. You don't have to be exactly at 1490. Even if you're at like 1475 or something, you're fine. It's just AP, man. It's just AP, having higher AP. And then you put on Simple Cron Meal, Perfume of Courage, your Vel's Heart, Blessing of Mystic Mites, Villa buff, Church buffs, Mount buff, crystals. Just chain everything in together. If you're not at the AP point, you're not at the AP point. What's their sheet AP insanity? Let me see that. About these recent changes, like removing monster damage, I think they should have went about it a better way. I don't think you should be holding people back from going to lower end grind spots to grind. If they want to do it, they should be able to do it. They should have just buffed everything or nerfed the money, depending on which spot it is. But I understand why they're doing it. They want people a certain gear score to be at their appropriate spots. You know? I understand the reason. Right. Anyway, let's do a full combo here. Then I can't change. It's not an infinite combo, so don't ask for an infinite combo. I don't know why people have gotten into the habit of asking that. I get a lot of comments for that. Don't ask for infinite combos. Like, they're usually not efficient. A combo is going to be most efficient if you tune it for your current gear point. Because, like, how do you maintain Old Moon buff and Kama Sylvia buff? I used to be a BDO partner. They used to give it out for free, and I just had a lot of them stacked up. I wouldn't be using them. And I'd just be doing meme stuff and just chilling. Because I was probably not serious in the game, just life skilling and stuff. But it is what it is. But yeah, infinite combos, guys, don't ask for those. Learn proper combos. You need to use proper combos for your gear point at your spot. Because, like, if you take a cap all combo and you're trying to go to whichever spot you're at, and that's not the optimal spot, optimal rotation for that spot, you're gonna do less DPS. You have to figure it out depending on the spot you're grinding at, because if you look up a catch-all guide, it's not going to go into every single spot and give you the most optimal one. And also, if the person who's doing the guide has 800 gear score and you have 720, it might work a bit different depending on the spot. But of course, now after the changes, we should all be at the same AP spot, so at least tune the combo to the grind spot you're at. I might not need full single target DPS if I'm going to a different spot. Like if I'm at Tungrad Ruins versus Dark Seekers, I'm gonna play it a little different. Is what it is. But yeah, you know, I know people need some guidance initially, so it's good to start out with those combos immediately. But afterwards, yeah, try to figure it out, change it to suit your need and stuff. So even if I try to, like, I can't infinitely loop this. Even if I tried I have to go off in tangents and do different combos. Whatever. 330? Yeah, 330 is a bit low. Now to reach 1490, I think you need like at least 10 more AP, like 340. But you don't need to be at the cap, guys. I mean, you can grind somewhere even if you're not at the cap. You'll just make a little bit less. That's okay. If you want to grind there, grind. All right, time to go to sleep. Chat, it has been a pleasure. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for choosing me to spend your time with. I really appreciate you guys. We are now consistently streaming and consistently uploading content to YouTube. You know, over the past 2 months, slowly ramped up, and I'm proud to say that we are here and we are not going anywhere. Finally at a point where in my life I don't have to move around. We're in my own house now. So it's like finally some stability in life after many years of moving around. But I am here to stay. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep playing BDO. We're gonna play other games too, because we love MMORPGs, all MMORPGs. So yeah, I appreciate you guys choosing to spend your time with me and appreciate the support. So thank you, everyone. You guys have a good rest of your day, good rest of your night, wherever you are. Don't spend too much money on these games. It's not worth it. They're just video games. Don't treat them like they're like they're career choices or investments. Just play them like video games. Make friends, have fun, enjoy your time. All right, take it easy, guys. Catch y'all probably Monday or Tuesday. I need to make offline content tomorrow. I'm always really bad at recording those, so in a couple days. Peace. Jordan? Yeah, sure, we can raid Jordan. Oh, sorry. I did a shout out instead of raid. I'm so tired. All right. Raid is coming up. Guys, can you please say hello to him? Last time we raided him, no one said anything. Please, somebody. I appreciate it. It looks really awkward, okay? All right. I'll see you guys there. Let's go raid Jordan. In 3, 2, 1. The button's still grayed out. I don't know why. All right, there it is. Did it work?
Welcome in. We're just catching horses. We're talking about Adonia.